What it do? Tech File here. I'm ready to give you another week of our brand of sports entertainment. Don't sue us, WWE.
Falls and all.
All that being said, let's hit that theme music so we can get right on into the show. Welcome to episode 269 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
It's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. 69 two times. I fuck with it.
I am the Eric J.
Only known as
The Eric J.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door, holding it down for all the women who love sports. And Kay Harris, the gentleman, is not available, not here this evening. So make sure y'all keep him and his family up in your prayers.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to rock without the K tonight. It's going to be a TEC tech show tonight. So
Soft K.
Soft K. Sport fact of the week.
Before I get to that, I was just thinking back to episode 69. Y'all, like, we built it up and then y'all wasn't even
They didn't even do
right.
that.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Just a tease.
We thought it was we for sure all ass.
Y'all thought y'all was going to be filthy.
Absolutely disgusting. No,
It was just
were on
normal
our best
show.
behavior. On good behavior too. I think it was a kind of a mild show.
Yeah, well, y'all built it up for a while.
Right.
It's like, wait till we get to episode 69. 69 is going to be one. Y'all going to have to get the bleeps out.
What did Ray Nitty say? Thank God we didn't.
Oh, my Lord. Sport fact. Ooh, that's a real
Inside
Milwaukee
joke.
joke. Yeah, okay.
October 23rd, 2022. So 2 days ago, was actually the 28th sports equinox in history. All four major league American sports were in action. In addition to that, the MLS, the NSWL, and golf were all in action on Sunday. So that was 12 NFL games, 7 NBA games, 5 NHL, 2 MLB postseason, LPGA and PGA golf, and then both of the major soccer sports leagues, male and female.
I think it
in
was
the
also
US.
some I think F1 was also racing that
Probably.
day too. Like I'm pretty sure like it was a lot.
The sports bars are going crazy right now.
It's the best time to be here.
Crazy.
It's the best time, I tell you.
Damn, WWE should run a pay-per-view.
Right.
Out.
In a week, next week is Crown Jewel.
But that ain't on the sports equinox.
It might fall on it, maybe.
I mean, if the MLB is playing.
Oh, well, the NFL wouldn't be playing.
Nope, because it's Saturday.
Missed the old Sunday pay-per-views. Actually, no, I'm cool with the Saturday joints.
I much prefer the Saturday joints. Much prefer. All right, some quick housekeeping before we continue.
What up, Dwayne?
Moving on. What's up, Dwayne? Appreciate you being in the comments. I know, like the 1 week the Bears win, Ken don't show up. That's not our fault, though.
I still would have had jokes for his ass.
I don't know. He ducking that Lakers smoke.
Shoot, if anything, he'd have been here reveling in the Packers pain. So, like, he missed his window because we'll get there. First, I want to say, make sure that y'all tune in every Tuesday about 6:30 p.m. We be live recording this very show that you are hearing right now.
For sure.
Hit up our YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed, like it up. Get notification, when we go live, so you can actually be part of the show. As we mentioned, Dwayne's in the comments right now. He's gonna be able to interact with us. He'll have his voice heard, get his jokes off if he feel kind of funny today. And so make sure y'all do that too. 6:30 every Tuesday we be here. Well, around 6:30 CPT time. So that's why you gotta subscribe to the YouTube page because you'll get a notification when we live.
That ain't the notification.
That ain't the notification that we talking about though. But
It's kind of like Packers blowing the timeout in the third quarter every year. Like we get one of those every show.
It's funny. They've been better about that, and they still can't win.
They
But
still can't go into the third with 3 times. I'm fourth with 3 timeouts for something.
but they have been recently. That's what I'm saying. They still haven't been able to win. Like it don't matter. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. Right now, we want to make sure that y'all subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't already, and join us live when we record this show. Be part of the show. We also wanted to say, make sure I get out there and vote. If you are in the city of Milwaukee, early voting is now open through Saturday, November 5th. Some of the early voting locations include the American Serp Hall, Clinton Rose Senior Center, Flores Hall, Good Hope Library, the Midtown Shopping Center, Washington Park Library, and then the Zeidler Municipal Building. So check your locations, get your votes in. Important election. We encourage you to be active civilly on TechFile. So make sure you cast your vote.
I'm sure you're getting all inundated with all the ads and shit. So
phone calls, text messages.
Man, if I see one more, man, my YouTube, I'm about to pay for YouTube Premium just so I can get away.
Hulu.
I've considered it for like the next month. Like
honestly, I'm thinking about it, just doing it
just
for
regular TV. Hell, they come on and the ads come on. Like NFL.
I can watch me on my walk away.
I'm not gonna be watching that shit.
Yeah, like
bro. No. Sometimes I just be chilling.
I just walk out on commercials. That's when I go get my snacks.
That's a lot of snacks, bro.
Hey. Anywho, the game that needs a name. If you are unfamiliar with what that is, it is a rapid fire game where we pick a topic and then we try to name things related to said topic. We each get about 5 seconds or so to respond, and the last person standing wins. So this week, Tim, did you do any homework?
Yep. You do some homework?
Yeah, I already dropped mine in there.
I ain't dropping nothing on stuff on the show.
That's why I'm asking. You got any homework?
You got some homework, Eric?
I also put mine in the document.
God damn.
If you read it.
Yeah, maybe you should check the doc.
Y'all want to do yours? Y'all want to do mine?
Well, what is yours?
Artificial flavors.
How am I supposed to be able to rapidly fire
yellow number 19 and shit? Like
well,
what the fuck?
or just flavors, bro. Like we ain't gotta be all that deep inside it. Like goddamn. Because if it's a candy, it's an artificial flavor. So it can just say flavors.
It's one of the times where you have an understanding of like what you mean, but it don't.
It didn't. Yeah, the words you used to describe what's in your head did not map out.
You know, no, we're not gonna get into it. I said we could just do flavors.
No, flavors is your recommendation. Duly noted.
Yep.
I put in a bunch of geography ones.
Yeah, I looked at all of them. I said, oh no, everything you put in, I was like, yikes.
It's been all over the world, bro.
This man talking, he got European countries and cities, African countries or cities.
See, the African countries and cities, as shame as I'm gonna say,
or
it ain't gonna work on me.
Or yeah, South American countries or cities. I was like, yikes, you gonna have me out here looking embarrassed with the international knowledge.
Okay, U.S. cities.
Just U.S. cities? Yeah. We can go until we go.
That's a lot of cities.
It's a lot.
Yeah, but it's rapid fire, so
you're gonna yeah.
You might forget.
Okay, we can do. I'm cool with American cities or flavors.
Nah, I want to do flavors.
So you mean like strawberry?
Yes.
Okay.
How about just fruits?
That yeah. This man went.
You got like cherry limeade and shit like that. That's flavored. So like fruits only don't just count.
So you can tell what he eat. A lot of artificial stuff now. Get your fruit game. No, I'm playing. We can do flavor. I don't care. Flavors or cities. Whichever one y'all want to do is fine with me.
Well, you the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
I said
cities. Okay. All right. Well, let's do flavors. We can do cities next week. American cities next week.
For sure.
And then I put in fast food restaurants because on Tim's wavelength. All right. Flavors, you can start. So we're going to go Tim, then me, then you, and keep going around?
Sure.
All right. Flavors.
Strawberry.
Cherry.
Banana.
Grape.
Orange.
Apple.
Blueberry.
Red.
What?
Get
her out of here.
Although
sour apple.
There are people out there who know what. Red is a flavor.
Okay.
I said sour apple.
Oh, lemonade.
Blue raspberry.
Lime.
Lemon.
Paprika.
This man went to seasonings.
Does that count?
I don't think it counts. If red don't count, paprika don't count.
I guess I won.
Paprika flavored popcorn.
I'm telling you.
No,
Thank
there
you,
ain't no
Dwayne.
damn flavor.
What's your favorite Kool-Aid flavor? Red. That's an answer people give. I feel like red count.
I don't even know what is the red flavor.
I don't know. It's red.
I'm almost sure it's either cherry or tropical punch.
It's red.
Typically, the red Kool-Aid people was talking about is cherry.
So the Kool-Aid Man
Red Pop, too?
is what?
The Kool-Aid Man,
Yeah, what's his flavor?
Probably. He has to be tropical punch.
I feel like he's fruit punch.
Yeah, I'm asking, like I literally.
I feel like he's fruit punch, but he's been a bunch of flavors too.
Man, we was poor when I was growing up. We used to have like Flavor Aid. We didn't
I
even have
loved flavor.
Kool-Aid.
I loved and hated Flavor Aid. It was so powdery.
It was so powdery. You had to really mix the Flavor
like
Aid.
Be at the bottom. You be like, damn, what's this clumps? Stirring the shit out of.
I had a whole system. You pour in the Flavor Aid, then you pour in the sugar, and then you slowly add the water, and you don't stop stirring.
Boy, cold at whipping up
Whipping that work.
cookie dough and cakes and pies and shit.
Whipping that work. That Flavor Aid work. All right.
Mhm.
Heard Google. The character CT has appeared.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Did they
Oh
say what it-
yeah.
has appeared on television and print advertising as a fun-loving, gigantic, and joyful anthropomorphic pitcher filled with the original flavor, cherry Kool-Aid.
Oh, cherry's one of the worst reds.
Cherry is the one that everybody drink when they be talking about red.
Nah, I drank fruit punch normally when we made red. Or tropical punch. I forgot about tropical
So-
punch till you said
Wait,
it.
wait. Question: is the Kool-Aid Man the jar or the juice?
The jar.
That's a good question.
I always thought it was the full. Like you can't have one without
He's a
the
jar.
other.
Because he
'Cause if
changes his flavor. Well, that's changing
That's what
clothes, I
that's what
guess.
yeah, because it's like if you have a jar without the Kool-Aid, then it's not
Because
Kool-Aid.
he's been clear, he's been purple, he's been blue, but
And
he's
if
still a
you-
Kool-Aid Man. So I feel like it's the jar.
And you can't have just Kool-Aid without the vessel. Like you need the two to be together, otherwise you don't have no Kool-Aid. This feels real.
may be
deep
too deep for the
right,
intro.
right, that's what I'm saying. It feels way too deep right now.
What is he?
It's an argument. Like people
Oh,
don't know.
I think it's both, which might be a cop out, but like you can't have one without the other.
Mm.
See, like that don't even make sense.
It don't
You
make
can't
sense to
have
just be some damn juice. What?
no floating. Although, if we're being honest here, the whole
Makes sense.
concept doesn't make sense. Like it's a human version of a Kool-Aid pitcher.
I know this is gonna be truth. Well, quick truth, quick funny. One of the bars that I said I wanted to use in one of the songs that I wanted to make.
Oh Lord.
Mhm.
No, it was so corny, but it was hilarious to me. I said I was gonna kick in the door like, oh yeah, I'm in this bitch like Mr. Kool-Aid.
I need to hear the bar either preceding or
no,
after.
well, yeah. So I'm about to say, but I wanted to start a song with that.
Dude, give us a beat so we
Oh,
can hear how this
no.
plays out.
Oh, play the background music.
Word.
Dwayne said the jar is the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, see, I'm with you, Dwayne. I feel like the jar.
Let's hear that Kool-Aid
Can I?
bar.
What kind of flow would I have to do it like this? Off of this beat, man. This shit.
DJ Khaled.
Okay, I feel it. Okay, I feel it. Okay, I feel it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm in this bitch like Mr. Kool-Aid.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Give It To Me on this tech file for radio wave.
Now that's going off. That's going off track.
That's terrible. Need some work.
I'm gonna let you bail yourself for that one.
Goddamn.
Let's start the show. on
I
that
need to be
note.
inebriated for this shit. Put me under the influence of something.
You go here like it ain't that easy.
Yeah.
Is it?
Ooh, boy. You rap like a Detroit dude.
I had to get the lo-fi. Man, it was lo-fi. I had to slow it down.
That's what I'm saying. You was rapping like Detroit.
I'm supposed to do a run on that, bitch.
Hey, we'll have a better beat for you next week. Man. You can think that over.
That's funny.
Our sound effects is on. Oh man. All right.
That's all right. We'll get it back.
Yeah, there we go.
We're working on it.
You can just put the music back up. Just turn it down for us.
I don't even have my music.
No, I gotta upload it.
Oh yeah. I'll give you the what's name the log.
All right, bet. I can do that tonight then. All right, y'all. We gonna take a look at week 8, the NFL season, make some predictions here. And of course, look back on week 7 and all that was, because here at Tech Ball, we run a pick 'em pool and we have a FanDuel league. So first, shout out to Snow for winning the pick 'em pool this past week. And shout out to myself for winning the FanDuel.
She up there.
I came through like a wrecking ball this week.
No, she was cooking.
Shout out to the Cincinnati Bengals and that whole offense. They carried me this week.
Literally, bro.
No, for real. I had Joe Burrow. He got me almost 40. Then I had Jamar Chase. He had 29. I had Tyler Boyd. He had 25. I even had they tight end just for the heck of it. He gave me a solid little 7 points. So I'm not even mad about that.
Michael Gallup gave me nothing. Fucking Cowboys, bro. See, this is why I don't trust these motherfuckers, bro.
I saw a lot of people going with Dak this week because it was his first week back. And it's against the Lions. And I was like, I get it, but it's also his first game back.
But the motherfucker been in warm-ups trying to look at my arm. My arm is good. My arm work. Can I throw like 80 yards? Like, nah, bro. So I was like, okay, maybe he'll come out and like, yeah, Dak is back.
Not the first game. Next week, maybe. I think they got Chicago next. So.
Oh, that's me. That sounds like a deal to me. Reggie Bush was talking that shit.
Oh boy. All right. So if you are part of our pick and pool, now's the time for you to take your phones out, get your apps ready, make some picks with us. Thursday night football this week. We got the Ravens and the Buccaneers. And oh boy, it's looking bad in Tampa Bay. Antoine Winfield Jr. left Sunday's game with a concussion as well. So we don't know if he's gonna play. We don't know if he's gonna play this week or not. He's in the concussion protocol right now. So Ravens and Buccaneers, who you got? The Ravens haven't been looking
Baltimore.
Good. They haven't been looking great either.
Baltimore.
But they've been looking better than what the Buccaneers been doing. So I'm gonna go with the Ravens too.
Clean sweep, like quarterback.
Yeah. Please play better this week, Lamar. I got faith in you. It's been rough. It's been rough the last couple weeks. Man, you a popular man. We got Broncos and Jaguars. That is the London game.
Yeah,
hello, Governor.
I'm going with the Jaguars. That's like their home field. So
it is like they always in damn London games
every year.
I'm going with Jacksonville too.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville did trade James Robinson to the Jets.
That was
makes sense.
Before fifth or sixth
in
the condition to turn into a conditional fit, but like that's it, bro. James Robinson just had 1,200 yards last year.
He's on an expiring contract, and you already know like
he was undrafted, I believe.
But he also, as you were talking about last week, he's falling behind in that pecking order now because what's his name?
They was forcing him into ETN.
ETN. That's the new. That's
because they drafted him. They used the high draft capital.
First round pick, wasn't he?
Like numbers, top 10 pick.
I think it was like 20 something.
Would he been that late? He could have been late first.
Don't go to top 10 number.
Yeah, I was like that. It ain't 1995 no more.
Well, only said 95 because Barkley, McCaffrey.
But that was also years ago. Yeah.
And
they're the exception.
I was say they're not drafting first round backs like that, like at all. I think even like think of Breece Hall. Breece Hall was
he was drafted 25th.
Oh, okay, ETN, but Breece Hall was second round, but they was like he should have been a first round talent if they was going to draft.
Yeah, that's
running
just
backs like that.
How running backs go now, which
it sucks, but
I get why Jacksonville did it. And I get why Jacksonville did it. The condition for Robinson for that pick to become a fifth, he has to rush for 600 yards this year, and he's already up to 340. So that seems likely to me that it'll cash in.
Definitely with the Jets.
It's a run first.
He's a really good running back still too.
I have some concerns that he's going to be able to produce at a level. Well, one, Breece Hall was just.
He's phenomenal,
and he's out with ACL now. And trying to insert James Robinson in there in a combination with Michael Carter, like it'll be cool. Like I'm sure you'll be able to get some stuff done, but like you're not gonna be nowhere near as dynamic, I don't think, as they were with Hall in the lineup. Because that kid, that kid's different.
And Robinson isn't a receiving back, but he's a 3-down running back for sure.
We'll see how it goes. Hey, the Jets said, we winning.
Yeah, they are.
We trying to make some noise this season, so we got to do something. I respect the move. So yeah, are we all going Jaguars this week?
Yep.
Panthers and Falcons.
Atlanta putting up some fight, bro. I might have to roll with Atlanta, but
secondary kind of banged up now. Well, it's been kind of banged up.
Black quarterback.
And PJ put up a dub over there, the Bucks.
Man, shout out to PJ Walker.
He's still undefeated as a starter.
Shout out to him. They said that he's gonna be starting quarterback until
He ain't.
even if Baker healthy. They said no, it's only PJ.
So what happened to Darnold?
He's been hurt too. And they said if he get healthy too, it's still gonna be PJ.
Like if go with the motherfucker who's getting the dubs.
Hot hand. And they in a rebuild too. So
I mean, at this point, do you even want dubs? Like, you might be better off.
Well, I mean, they
back to back.
trying to get him.
I know. I'm saying like it seems like they're trading off everybody. So
Well, they only really trade.
Christian McCaffrey is a big one to trade. He
Yeah.
went to the 49ers for a 2023 second, third, and fourth round pick, in addition to a fifth rounder in 2024. But as we all know, front offices might move the deck to try to make it more favorable for them to lose. But the guys who are going to be out there on the field, on the court, whatever the case, they're going to try to compete most of the time.
That was a big ass trade from trading McCaffrey away.
I was
But
like,
to the Niners was the issue. I was like, ooh, damn. Like, them using the back like that under Shannon.
the thing
I
with
mean, ain't like the Packers got to worry about it.
Still, like him being over there with them is dynamic. Is like that's gonna be
if
a
he stay
monster.
healthy, that's the thing with him. He got to stay healthy.
They didn't. So the Panthers didn't like his contract. They didn't like his
Not
health.
yet.
They didn't like running backs are valued differently now. So they're like, shit, if we can get off of that,
I think he was
Cool.
getting like 12 a year or something. I guess
he was getting paid a nice little chunk of change.
so. I get it. All right, are we
Like,
all
I'm
going?
surprised that he didn't get it first.
Yes,
I am not.
I feel like he's still worth a first, but you got a second, third, and
And a
what?
fourth,
and a fourth.
and then a fifth next year. Like that
That
package,
levels out.
like, I don't
That's
need
four
no-
solid players right there.
Yeah, I don't need no. I don't think they needed a first for what they got.
Also, the Niners think the Rams out here just trading all their picks.
The Rams is the one that drew the price up. They tried to get him too. That's the only reason why they got a second, third, fourth in the next years. Because
Shit, do the Rams even have a second?
I don't know what the fuck they got, but apparently the Rams are trying to. So it may have been lower than that. It may have been like a fourth and a third and a fourth. So it could have been a lot lower, but they had to give up the
So you going Panthers this week? Where are you doing, town?
Panthers.
I'm going Falcons. Them Dirty Birds.
They've been looking. Mariota's been looking pretty decent.
Only thing with them is that another team where it's like we're gonna run the ball. Like we established the run first, and then Mariota throw the ball every so often. But it's like, man, Kyle Pitts out here just floundering in the wind. Like,
Man,
and Drake London.
Kyle Pitts is gonna be. He's supposed to be a month, bro. They need a quarterback.
Maybe
And then next year they'll have Ridley back too. So Ridley, London, they'll have some weapons. And then Patterson old now, but I like the running back that they got in there now. Algier, I think is his last name. I forgot how you say his name. Tyler Algier. It's like Alliger or something like that.
you know, I can't help.
Yeah. But I like him. But not Arizona. The Falcons is gonna have they're gonna have a pretty nice offensive set next year. I'm kind of excited for it. It's be one of those teams that I'm gonna probably keep my eye on.
Cordell Patterson is 31 years old, by the way.
Mm-hmm. That's old as hell in the NFL for a running back.
Receiver.
And receiver
Right.
and quarterback and kick return and punt return. Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh man, it's Devin Hester.
Now Devin can do all of that.
I mean, Devin Hester didn't have an offensive position.
He was supposed to be a wide receiver, but the motherfucker could only catch punts.
Devin Hester didn't have.
Punts and kick returns was in his forte.
Speaking of though, Bears and Cowboys. Who you got?
Black quarterback.
Ooh, you going Justin Fields and the Bears.
Dak and Black too. I was just saying like
Uh-huh.
I ain't got to pick.
Hey, I'm with you on that one.
No.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pick a team.
Can I skip that? I might lose out on those points.
Just put it at one.
I don't want to pick Chicago or Dallas.
I'm gonna go Dallas.
I am too.
I'm gonna go next.
Damn, you got to pick a team.
I'm skipping them.
Damn,
I mean, if he won 0 points for it,
he gets 0 points a lot of weeks anyway.
Hey,
damn.
it ain't gonna change that.
It ain't his fault. We literally watch him do it.
Yeah, and now y'all see me click save and then go in. She's like, hey, it ain't that.
Although your app looks different than mine, which I'm looking
This
at.
portion is different. This is how I did it last. But before that, I was doing it where I was actually changing the
With this-
confidence,
Like, are you
and it wasn't working.
within something else?
No, I'm in the ESPN app.
I'm saying I
Does it
am
say,
too.
like-
I'm
No,
saying
you're on the confidence portion that wasn't working for me the first 4 weeks. So I changed 5 weeks. So last week I did it from this portion of it. So this side
Well,
saved,
we'll
but the
talk
other
about that.
side
We'll talk about
did.
that out there because I'm curious what you're talking about. Dolphins and Lions.
Never Miami.
But I got Miami.
I'm going Miami too. Sorry, Detroit. Y'all have yeah, they're probably gonna end up beating the Packers or something like that. So we'll see. Cardinals and Vikings.
Black quarterback.
You know,
Minnesota's been doing what they gotta do to get these dubs.
I'm gonna go with Arizona.
I'm gonna go with Minnesota. Dwayne, let us know in the comments. I know you cheering for Minnesota, but
He know they've been winning ugly.
hey, they don't.
They get. I mean, a dub is a dub is a dub, but he already know.
No, it's definitely been ugly. And Arizona ain't necessarily gonna make it any more pretty.
I was gonna say, like, is there really anybody playing pretty right now? Like,
That's my last question before we get out of here, because I can ask it now.
Yeah, there's a couple.
NFL.
Who are the actual good teams in the NFL? Because like
The Chiefs.
it seems like every week it's someone who wins or loses, and you're like, dang,
Right? How did they lose? But no, Chiefs, Philly,
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Even though they've felt some ills, and you're like, huh? But
They did that
Buffalo.
last year too.
Buffalo's 5-1 though, so they only caught one.
And I feel like shit. That was
I think that's real. The only three
consistency.
teams
That might
I'm
really
like,
be
yeah,
it for now.
that's what I was
Like, I
thinking
really
too.
don't believe in New York like that.
Either New York.
Neither one. I mean, no. I said the Jets will make the playoffs.
So do you believe in the Jets?
Are they a
Actually, I
good team?
do. The Jets, I
So they're a good team.
I actually think they're pretty.
'Cause the question is, who's a good
I'll,
team? Okay,
I'll give them a good team.
so you're gonna put them with Philly, Buffalo.
They're
Kansas.
right under it.
Okay, but okay,
So they're good. They're not.
as good as
Yeah, them.
Okay.
Philly, Buffalo, Kansas City. That's elite. Them
Them
three
three.
are elite. But then good. You could throw the Jets in there.
Anybody else?
Above average is
I'm gonna throw Seattle in the
above average.
above average category. Like Geno Smith and them boys, like
They working.
they might really make the playoffs this year.
Tennessee 4-2, but
I don't think they.
no, I ain't got no faith in them either. But no, Malik. Oh yeah, because they're Tannehill's back.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
That's
no,
really it.
that's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's all.
Okay.
I don't believe in Dallas. Never, ever. They 5-2, but never. I don't know.
Raiders and Saints. I'm going to Raiders. Josh Jacobs been out here looking like running back of the
He's
league.
been running. I'm going with the Raiders because what the Raiders have finally decided to do is run on the teams who suck at running with a good running back. Josh Jacobs has always been a good running back, but then they started treating him like shit, acting like he ain't a good running back last year, and stopped running on the teams that he was cold. Because 2 years ago, he was doing shit like this, and then last year all of a sudden, I don't know what the hell happened. They ain't really fuck with him like that.
And this year he took it to a whole different level. Like he's had, was it 3-4 consecutive games now where he's been like over 100 yards rushing and
And he just against the Texans, I think he had like 3 touchdowns. Like the game before that, he had like 2
let me pull up his
for like
stats.
150.
No,
like-
yeah, his last 3. That's what I thought. He had 143 against the Texans. He had 154 against Kansas City, and he had 144 against Denver.
All 3 of them suck against the run.
And their schedule looks similar. Like as you look at the Raiders' schedule and what they got coming up, he should continue to.
He should be he's probably going to be a monster. And then you can, as weird as this is going to sound, use Devontae as the other portion of it. Because as of right now, in essence, that's kind of how it worked in Green Bay. It was really our run and our pass the last couple of years with Devontae. And
I disagree with that because
you don't think that our run helped our passing for him?
it helped, but the run didn't lead the pass. The pass always led the
Which
run.
was the wrong way.
which we've talked about.
Which contradicts what you just said.
Yeah, like
You said
All
they
right.
run it and then see the rest of the portion.
Well, anyway, back to them, the originals. I feel like that they have changed their mindset to be able to push and run on the teams that they should be able to run to with Josh Jacobs, and then Devontae will be that take the lid off, take whatever we can give you. That he gonna give you his 100 yards, his 8 catches, maybe a touchdown because you still got Derek Carr.
So did nothing come from him pushing over the reporter or the
He's currently has a lawsuit.
it's like a
Because-
civil, isn't it like
Yeah,
a
it's a
civil
civil one for aggravated assault.
You can get like a little ticket probably. I don't think it's
My
gonna go
neck.
to-
Mhm.
Right. You saw-
Immediately.
You saw he walked up the field this past week. He stopped and he went like, "Can y'all
Yeah,
bring
get
him?"
out my way.
Like he stopped. He was like, "Is everybody out the way? Okay, cool. I'm gonna go through. Let's see. We got one Raiders for that one, right?
Yes.
Unless Jameis is starting.
I think it's Andy Dalton's job right now.
Don been throwing that thing.
I mean, they're 2-5, so no, it's not just on Andy Dalton.
No,
though,
because I
like,
must say James started some of those games too.
right. It's just the Saints team itself is just kind of
I just saw like that video of like when Dalton threw that pick six, and then you just
Oh, you saw him doing the
dive
background?
Dude, the background in slow mo. I was like, that is great content there. That is awesome content. As he slowly in disappointment got his head down, walking away, my man's is floating like Superman in the background across the goal line with the pick six.
His
That
teammates
is
in the
amazing.
background with him
Geeks,
flying,
bro. Yeah. Like that was perfect. That was whoever did
that
that.
cameraman, that
Beautiful.
director,
Beautiful.
everybody that was involved in that shot. Just give him a raise.
The editing, the whole nine. That was beautiful. That was perfect. That is what content should look like.
New England Patriots and the New York Jets.
Talk about controversy. I got the Jets, but
So I didn't realize till after the game, but apparently going into it, Belichick was like, "Y'all both might play."
yeah, they said don't be surprised that both quarterbacks played this game.
I missed that, and then I turned the game on a little bit later, and I saw Mac Jones get benched, and I was like, "Oh well, we'll see what happens here." And then here comes Zappy throwing 2 touchdowns, and I was like, "Oh."
That man immediately up the field.
But then last in the second half,
No.
but
No,
that's when the Bears took off.
they crashed that crashed and burned quickly.
Yeah, after the first two
Two
touchdowns,
drives.
it was like, is this gonna be Tom Brady 2.0? It felt like it, where it's just like this
Yep.
unheralded.
Crowd was going crazy.
They were cheering for Zappy before he even came in the
Mhm.
game.
Mac Jones on the sideline, pissed.
I don't blame him, to be
Pissed.
honest with you. Like, I normally watch the Manning cast for Monday Night Football. I just enjoy that far more than the regular broadcast. And Peyton Manning was someone when they pulled him, he was just like, that's tough. He was like, because as a quarterback, you can't really play your game when you're sitting there thinking like, okay, if I make a mistake, I might get pulled. And he was like, that's a tough situation to be in. He's like, you can see that Mac Jones was on the sideline,
Like visibly pissed.
like don't want to go. He's like, but
I get it, but also it's like that's everybody else at every other position.
you don't really get yanked.
I
like,
know you don't
mid-game.
get yanked, but I'm saying like that's the anxiety that everybody else plays with. Like,
Except for the quarterback.
See, I wouldn't even say that. I feel like it's there, but like to feel like in mid game, like okay, if I mess up in this game right now, like I'm gonna get pulled.
At
We've
any
seen-
moment.
We're Packers fans. So we've watched Amari Rodgers over and
I was
over
gonna
and
say.
over make mistakes, and he's still in the game. Like, and it's like I don't understand here. But for a position like quarterback, where it's more of a skilled position too, like you don't really expect to see them get yanked mid game for making a mistake, unless it's like they've been doing it over and over and over and over.
But is it because of that one mistake, or is it because like he wasn't playing well in the early season? He got hurt. Zappy came in, played well, and then he came back and he's like, "You got your job."
Well, from,
Conditionally, like it's not necessarily like that specific thing that happened at that time. It was, I feel like this quarterback, I've seen what you're doing.
Mhm.
This guy gives me a better shot to win. Like it's not like you threw an interception, so you're out. It's you got playing well, and this guy, I want to see what this guy.
I think Belichick said like it wasn't because he threw an interception, but I don't know. It's to pull him right after it came. The what's it called? The visual of it, the optics of it, make it seem as if you messed up, you getting the yank, and here comes Zappy. All right, we're gonna get to the Packers. I see y'all in the comment. We not there yet, but we gonna get there. Is everybody going to New York in this game? Has anybody got faith in the Patriots?
You.
Who started?
I think it's Zappy.
We want the world may never know.
Belichick himself said, like, I don't know, we just finished the game. So
Who you think should start?
That nigga not working. I'm gonna go with Zappy. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Pats if they start Zappy. If they start Max, then I'm going with the Jets.
the
Even though
comments
they
are,
got the same fucking face.
Mark in the comments said the NFC South is what people thought the NFC East was supposed to be. And then Dwayne corrected him and said the NFC East is what people expected the AFC West to be. And that's a fact. I thought the AFC West was going to be a little bit more
Yeah,
competitive
that's
there.
what we thought was gonna be the Wild Wild West over there.
But the Raiders and the Broncos just been
Womp womp.
Steelers and Eagles.
I think we started to kind of come around to that, like near, like in the NFL preview. Like I think
As
when
you
we
got closer
went
to the
through
season?
it was kind of like, yeah, I don't know about the Broncos, and then the Raiders. It was kind of like,
I had the Raiders
We'll
as a
see.
playoff team.
I ain't
but I feel like
shit.
the Chargers and the Chiefs have separated themselves from those other two.
That we did.
Yeah, but it was looking at the rest of the roster like on paper, like this should be super competitive, and the quarterback play and Russ been lukewarm. So
Must be.
room temperature
He's nearing the boiling point.
and not a good way. All right, Steelers and the Eagles. I'm going
Philly.
Eagles. Yeah, that's gonna be a high confidence for me. Titans and Texans.
Tennessee.
Yeah, I
But
guess.
Houston gonna put up a fight.
They're the only.
Derrick Henry might have 200 yards rushing.
He's still cold.
Who?
Is
Derrick
he still
Henry.
cold? Derrick Henry.
He's okay. He's cool.
He's
He's still putting up his numbers.
He ain't been putting up the numbers that we like.
We've come to expect.
Yeah,
But
Well,
then
that's
he's
usually at the
always
end of the
been
year.
like a second half of the season.
Usually like the last 6-7 games of the season, he put up 200, 150.
Right, like
125
1,000 yards in 6 weeks.
Like, bro, what the hell? 18 touchdowns in 6 games.
He's warming up though. He's on a 3-week streak of at least 100 yards.
That's what I'm saying. He's still putting up numbers.
Yeah,
He's just been quiet. It's been quiet because Tennessee kind of sucked, but they win it.
and he started slow, so that's part of the thing.
And that's what Tennessee, like, they just unveiled their new stadium
Mhm.
images.
With the mayor, they just got the thing in place with the mayor and all
Which
that
is
good
like,
stuff.
I remember the Titans. Well, I remember the Oilers moving to Tennessee in the first place. So the fact that they're already, like, the life of that stadium is already winding down is crazy.
Time waste for no one.
Mark, I see your question about
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis. I'm not sure, but we know that Tannehill's a little backed up right now. Backed up.
Hey.
We know he's a little
Get that man
banged
laxative.
up. He's a little banged up right now.
I don't think that's much better.
So we will see. And if Malik does play, it'll be black quarterback city. So
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
we'll see. I still have either way. I got the Titans winning, regardless of which of them is at quarterback. It's just get the ball to Derrick Henry. Washington Commanders and the Indianapolis Colts. Speaking of quarterbacks, Matt Ryan done lost his job.
For the year.
Yeah, he's hurt right now. Let's be clear. He has a grade 2 shoulder separation, but the coach came out and he was like, "Yeah, even when he's healthy, he ain't coming back to start."
But he actually took the blame for that. He actually took some of the blame.
The coach.
Mhm.
What do
He
you
said he's like, we actually kind of failed Matt too. He said the reason they wanted Matt Ryan, he like, we went through all of the analytics. He like, Matt Ryan is one of the best play action quarterbacks in the NFL history. He like, so we figured with our run game and the way he succeeds as a play action quarterback, this should be a match made in heaven. We kind of sucked. We haven't really given him the offensive line or the backing or the running that we was expecting to. So therefore, he's had to air it out. Now he has a separated shoulder. He like, so I feel like more so we failed Matt than anything. I was like,
Do y'all think that we see Matt Ryan play football again?
Joe
is this
Flacco's still playing football with Matt Ryan here.
okay, with that being said, yes. Because definitely I was like, nah, but no. With that being said,
If he wants to keep playing, he can't. I mean, like, there's a role for him places. Like, he'll definitely be like that security blanket backup. His time as like a starting quarterback
is over.
I think so.
Speaking of which, I feel like Washington needs to make that same move with their quarterback room. Like,
you want to see Hanky out there?
Heineke.
Like, granted, I've only seen him against the Packers the last 2 years, but like, he looks good. Like, obviously, he takes some chances, and you have to live with.
Boy, they should.
I think we said that last year. He wears that number 4 for a reason. He grew up watching Brett Favre play, and you can tell.
Yes, but I think that Carson Wentz has kind of reached the point where it's like, it's not gonna happen.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
But to be fair, Washington's success was coming with the random quarterbacks. They had some success with Colt McCoy. They had some success with Heineke. They had some even last year, like you said, and then some success. I forgot what is the different quarterback they had last year.
Fitzpatrick.
I mean,
Fitzmagic. Yeah, he was putting up numbers, but they still.
Alex Smith has been their best quarterback of this
by far
century.
By far. What about what was it, Gannon over there? Was Rich Gannon? No, that was Raiders. I thought they had a different. Mark Brunell.
That man was never good outside of Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. I'm sure I'm missing somebody. I'm sure it's like.
They've had a bunch of quarterbacks, but like they always get, like they get the Donovan McNabbs after his prime.
I can tell y'all the starting quarterbacks for the last. We can go to the last 20. Actually, their best quarterback is probably Kirk Cousins.
Oh shit,
that's fair.
Carson
Wentz, that 1 year of RG3.
Oh, his rookie
and honestly,
year.
I would say Alex Smith and Kirk Cousins are about
I'm gonna name some quarterbacks. Jason Campbell was one too. I'm gonna go back to 2000. I'm gonna just start naming some quarterbacks that suited up for the Washington football
I'm sure
team.
it's about to be a murder.
Oh, it's gonna be terrible.
Here we go, y'all. Brad Johnson, Tony Banks,
Who?
Jeff George,
I remember Jeff George.
Shane Matthews,
Mm.
Patrick Ramsey,
Yeah, I remember Patrick Ramsey.
Danny Werfel,
Yeah, who sucked?
Heisman Trophy.
Tim Hasselbeck was on the
Ah,
team
Hasselbeck.
in 03.
The bad one.
Mark Brunell
Brunel.
for 3
Pass is
years there.
fine.
And then Jason Campbell backed him up in 06, and Jason Campbell started, and his backup was Todd Collins. Then we had 2 straight years of Jason Campbell. Then in 2010, Donovan McNabb came with Rex Grossman as his backup.
Gross.
And then
Sexy Rexy.
Then the next year, Rex Grossman was the starter with John Beck as his backup. And then you had the RG3 years with RG3 being a starting quarterback for 3 seasons with Kirk Cousins
Going good
behind
for
him.
one.
And then in that final year there, it was RG3, Kirk Cousins, and Colt McCoy. Then the Kirk Cousins era started. He had 3 years. And then you had Alex Smith play 10 games. Then Josh Johnson played 3. Then Colt McCoy played 2. And then Mark Sanchez played 1 in the same season.
Jesus Christ.
Mark Sanchez.
Then the next season in 2019, you had Case Keenum,
Yeah, Case Keenum.
Dwayne Haskins, and Colt McCoy.
Mhm.
Then in 2020, Alex Smith came back.
Mhm.
He didn't finish the season though. Then you had Dwayne Haskins and then Kyle Allen.
Mhm.
Last year, I don't know who Kyle Allen is myself. Last year you had Tyler Haneke, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and then Garrett Gilbert.
I remember Garrett Gilbert too.
I don't know how I remember that. I was like, he just
No,
played last year.
just all of the BS that's going. with
And then
them
last
recently.
year you had this year Carson Wentz and Tyler Haneke.
That's terrible.
RG3, man. I thought he was gonna be the one. He was not.
He could have
Damn,
been.
Washington has had more team names than Pro Bowl quarterbacks this season.
Damn.
That's 3. Yeah. But this week I'm going with Washington for the dub
The football team.
over the Colts.
I got the Colts.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know too much about the quarterback who's coming in for the Colts this year.
He is a
It's like
runner. He's a
Sam-
track star. Islinger.
Is that how you say his last name? Allinger?
He's a runner. He's a track star. No, that motherfucker got wheels. But he was a pretty decent quarterback in college too. Like one of those he aired out types.
We'll see. Who you going with this week?
I got the Colts.
49ers and Rams. Talk about 2 mid teams right now.
Matt Stafford still ain't got no damn arm.
I'm
I'm going with San Francisco.
49ers. Yeah.
Same.
Okay. Giants and Seattle Seahawks. DK Metcalf is probably out this game. He has a knee injury. I feel like the Giants' magic has to run out at some point, but these guys just figure out a way to pull it out every game.
Giants at Seahawks.
Yes.
Okay, Seahawks.
12th man.
Yeah, I'm going Seattle too.
It's the cross country flight or whoever has to make it.
That's fair.
Lower
I'm gonna go with New York because Seattle can't stop the run.
Battle of mid.
That's what it is. A battle of mid with the 49ers and the Rams. All right, let's talk about this bloodbath here. We got the Packers and the Bills for Sunday Night Football.
You know that this is like the type of week where
I know.
like, everybody is down on them and then they,
And they
suck you
win.
back
Because
in.
they
and then,
play
like,
up
let you-
to their competition and
Do
play
they?
down to them.
Not this year. That's been true in past years.
We'll see on Sunday. But I, feel like
again,
they're gonna play up.
The problem is like there are 3 good teams in the NFL and they've not played any of them yet.
We're about to find out with one of them.
I mean, they lost to the Giants, they lost to the Jets.
And they lost to the Patriots. Keep in mind the quarterbacks that those teams had at the time when they lost to.
Bill Zappi's in the. That's it.
They lost to the Patriots.
No, we
They
beat
won
the
that one,
Patriots,
yeah.
but they
Barely.
barely did.
They lost to Minnesota.
Lost to Minnesota.
They should have lost to the Patriots.
They beat and they lost to the Giants, who
Because
didn't
we
have no
wouldn't-
secondary.
We decided
Four
to play
receivers.
prevent on
Four
Justin
receivers.
Jefferson all game.
Here goes 2 little quick stats for y'all while you're thinking about this. From the dope sheet, the Bills are the only team in the NFL that the Packers have not won a road game against. Also, the Packers have won 13 consecutive primetime games during the regular season. It is the longest winning streak by an NFL team dating back to 2000.
Sound like a trap.
One of those are going to be broken. So either the Packers are going to lose in primetime or they're finally going to beat the Bills.
I tell you what, one of them things seemed a lot more likely than the other.
Boy,
so, like, I feel like every week we've come in here and we've tried
It's the same
to,
conversation.
yes, but like we've tried to be like, okay, it's this one little thing that needs to be tweaked, and then they'll be fit. Like I think that, and I texted this to you guys during the game. I'm like, I think this just might be a bad football team. Like there isn't like some fix that they can put in. Like they can't fix the offensive line, they can't fix the receivers, they can't fix Rodgers, they can't fix the defense. Like it's just this is what they are.
I'm going to push back on one thing you said. You said every week we come in here and say it's like one thing they got to switch. The last 2 weeks we've been saying like no, it's Rodgers being inaccurate. It's the receivers dropping passes. It's the offensive line not being able to block. It's the defense playing out. Like we've been. It's a laundry list of issues with the teams. That's the only point of what you made that I'll push back on.
And I agree with that. I would say like it felt like every week we come in like okay, it's like it's a tweak. It's a this thing needs to get figured out. Like it's not like we didn't identify like it's just a systemic failure all across the board. Like I don't think that it's necessarily like they can't tweak their way out of this. Like I don't think that there's a way.
It's coaching.
It's everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know
like the root of most of it comes down to coaching. Like we're one of the most penalized team in the league now. That's coaching. Scheme. It's coaching.
We were last week, but I don't think the week before we were super heavily penalized. But the thing with it is like I think for the last couple weeks at least, I know I've been saying it's more than one thing. The Packers have a few different glaring issues, and
I don't think that. Yes, they need to run Aaron Jones,
but apparently
part of it.
LaFleur wants to, and Rodgers don't.
And then on the that's one thing about this Packers team where it's like, how are you trying to analyze things? Because it's like we see a pass that's errantly thrown, and we like, what was you doing? And then later on, Aaron Rodgers is like, he was supposed to be here. He wasn't here. And it's like, it's hard as a fan watching the game to know which plays are because Aaron Rodgers misdelivered the pass, or which play was because the wide receiver ran the wrong route, or where they weren't supposed to be. It's hard to figure that out. So again, the issue is everybody. Rodgers, you get the blame. Receivers, y'all get the blame. Offensive line, y'all was actually all right.
He didn't get sacked all week.
Well, he also got the ball out the quickest he has. I think they said this season for sure.
Novel concept.
But Zach Tom was on left tackle. He had no issues. No issues over there.
Look,
hey,
listen.
He was that right tackle. Maybe
like Eric said, the Packers are good for coming out and like doing something. Like, damn, I'm back in. Like they just know how to be like, no, we for real. But again, on paper, the Packers have the talent. Right now, it's about execution in many phases. And I, at this point, don't have confidence in them being able to execute the way that they need to. And everybody who's like, oh, the Packers should bring in a wide receiver. And I'm like,
I'm good with the wide receivers we got.
That sounds good.
You can bring in a whole new crew.
Because I'm like, I get it. You want more talent there. And it's like Sammy Watkins. I'm like, nah. And Christian Watson been hurt with the hamstring. And
Sammy have a hell of a catch.
Cobb is out. Lazard is apparently injured.
So it's like, I get why you would want to. But my hesitation with that is like, we know Aaron has always said, like, for me to connect, I need to trust my wide receiver. We got to build this up. And it's like, is bringing someone in halfway through the season who has to learn a whole playbook going to be able to endure himself to Aaron Rodgers' trust?
Fast enough.
Yeah, that's my only thing where I'm like,
and also like now that he's losing so many weapons, like maybe he won't be audibling out of runs to pass the ball. Like maybe he'll actually trust like the play calling to actually, like.
And sometimes
if it's like I don't trust any of these dudes out of here, so Aaron Jones, here you go, like dump off, check down.
Meanwhile, Aaron between every other play, what the fuck are we out here doing? Yelling at floor. They just throwing it right on the damn camera. Rodgers is over there having it with Matt LaFleur. Like, bro, he like I seen TikTok earlier. He was cussing at one of Robert Tanya when he was coming across. He was like, "Get your ass back over here."
Who was Rodgers?
Rogers was.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
I'm like, I hear you, but that type of frustration too on the field with cats if you losing too, like that don't endear nobody.
Especially when you're not blameless. Like for what I just said about we not sure about which. The times when the wide receiver is where they think they're supposed to be at, and the ball is getting delivered. They can't really catch when it's at the feet.
No,
like he threw about 6 or 7 at the ground.
First downs on. Why don't you get down there and get it? Why don't you throw it up, motherfuckers?
There are 3 goats that are going through the same thing right now. You got Rodgers, you got Brady, and you got LeBron. Like all 3 of them aren't doing their teams any favors with like their body language, with like the way they're interacting with their teammates. Like,
bro, AD LeBron.
But I'm just saying, like it's. And I'm not going to put them all in like maybe they're washed up category, but it's like when you like you kind of look like late stage Michael Jackson where you don't quite like you can't get out the blocks. You know what I mean? Like when you not firing at all on all cylinders, and like the team isn't there to pick you up, like kind of like either in LeBron's case, you kind of shut down and check out, or the other two where you overcompensate and like start yelling at people for like not doing their jobs when you're not playing up to the standard that you set for yourself.
Which I thought his comment about, because he made a comment saying that we need to get the guys that's making mental mistakes out the game. Like they just need to, we need to cut their reps in practice and all of that.
McAfee show today, he said if guys ain't producing, like if too many mental mistakes, he was saying like we're having like 20%. He's like we beat ourselves a lot of times because they asked him like what did Washington do?
In the mirror, my nigga.
That's my whole point. I'm like
that's
mental errors is you overthrowing the motherfucker about 15 yards, throwing it in the goddamn dirt and shit.
Have a little bit of more
like,
accountability.
right,
Then he said Tom Clemens this was his best graded game so far this season against Washington. Ooh. I said, change the scale.
Whose game?
Rodgers. He said his quarterback coach, aka his buddy, said
his personal quarterback coach
said
that he
this
pulled out of retirement
was his highest graded week as a quarterback.
Even though he was missing wide open.
I was like,
I mean, he been messing all season, so that might not actually be.
Like, bro, you have to take some accountability. If you hop in front of these motherfucking cameras, as fast as you be throwing people that don't have that be having mental errors on the field, if you was just to come on the camera one time, like, you know what, I fucked up. Like, you know what, I'll take the L for this one. Not one game has he just said, I'll take the L.
To Tony World's point, like that's never been his MO. It's just he's been talented enough and had enough talent around him that like we just overlooked it.
So. You know, one thing too, I think about with Aaron Rodgers at this point in his career. Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's a generational talent. He is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. And for years, Mike McCarthy and the Packers front office didn't give him top flight weapons. They gave him good enough, but he was so good, he was able to make them look great, right? At this point in his career, I don't think he has that ability no more. Like, that's how Father Time gonna get Aaron Rodgers, I think, where he is unable to elevate good to great.
It's probably there.
But at the same time, you just took up 30% of the salary cap, and the best receiver you've ever had walked out the door because they couldn't pay him enough.
No, he walked out because he didn't trust who was coming after Aaron, because they offered him more than what the Raiders were, and he was like, I don't want to play with that guy, other guy. Like, no offense, but like, I ain't gonna tie my wagon here to not knowing how long.
Wishful thinking.
Right. Like, he's like, I'm not about to do that. I'm gonna go play with the guy I know from college.
Yeah, that worked out.
Yeah. Eric, both of them missing each other now, probably.
But at the same time, like, they don't have enough to spend on other people. So like, even taking Devontae out of the equation, like, you want more weapons. Like, we ain't got more weapons money.
To Mark's point, he said also, who could have seen Joe Barry was and is a terrible defensive coordinator? When he got hired, we were like, I don't know.
But then he old as crap. But then they had a great defense for 2 years.
They had last year. I was like, maybe I was wrong about Joe Barry. Like, y'all had a good defense, but this year it's like you see the guys you have, and you're trying to fit these square, pegs into these round holes. Where it's like you have a team that looks like it's equipped to play man defense, and you want to keep doing the zone
because
stuff.
That's his concept.
And it's like and it's like the last 2 weeks, it's like, okay, you let Jair travel. You let him actually.
Ooh, Terry was lighting his ass up on Sunday.
Terry let him up this
and he was letting him hear it. He was lighting his ass up on Sunday.
Every time Jair gonna stop, it's in your face. So if you're gonna give it out, you gotta be able to.
He was lighting his ass up on Sunday. I was like, damn.
Jair's response afterwards was really funny to me. He's like, every dog got his day. I trust the work I put in. I know what I can do. Like, it was a bad. Hey, he got it this week. But
it does seem like across the board, like the defensive players, like individual. Preston Smith has been good. Devondre Campbell's been
Rashawn Gary's
been great.
MVP.
Devontae Wyatt showed up Sunday. Quay Walker showed up. He's been actually pretty consistent.
He's
Campbell had a pick six.
The point I was getting at is like so many people from last season regressed, like on an individual level. Like, so I pointed out those three, like those are the exceptions. Like, it feels like across the board, like the safeties aren't playing great.
Yeah, the safeties have been our issue.
Fucking Eric Stokes is
he's been
getting smoked.
But here's the thing too.
He had a good game on Sunday.
To your point,
he was
the Packers defense has been worse at tackling this year, which of course makes it different. You can't pull nobody down. So like that's a big gap too, where it's like last year y'all were making these tackles and able to stop these guys, and this year they just slipping out y'all hands like it's like they covered in butter. But all that being said, who y'all got? Buffalo or Green Bay?
You know what? I think Oh wait, one more.
Go ahead, bro.
Amari Rodgers.
Get him out of the punt return.
I have zero faith in this man in returning a kick.
Right. I'm sure you are a wonderful young man.
Yep.
Like you made it to the NFL. Congratulations to you. But this might not be your line of work.
I have faith in him as a receiver.
He has shown zero on offense.
From what they've been saying about him in the preseason, he really hadn't had a chance to show that during the regular season until, again, garbage time on Sunday. But
I mean, this is the second year. So
right. I have faith in him as an actual receiver because the way he was working, the playmaking ability that he still has, it didn't just disappear. Shut your face, Mark.
Mark,
55-0.
55-0 Buffalo.
That's consistent though. He's been saying this for weeks. Like he's been looking at this he has had this Buffalo game circle. Like
this was
shit
supposed to
is
be
gonna
the easy part of the Packers' schedule. I was hoping they would walk into this game 5-2, maybe 6-1, and they 3-4.
As
So
a primetime game.
I get it. But
Also, I appreciate Packers. Shout out to y'all because like I ain't got to pay attention to football no more. So thank you. Just in time for the start of the NBA season.
I tell you what's so freeing now about this stage I'm in with my Packers. I was able to see this and be like, I don't know. It might be a Super Bowl team. I wish I could blow the whistle on people who don't think that fans can criticize a team, where it's like all this doom and gloom and y'all blaspheming against the House of Rodgers. And it's like, listen, fam, if he's bad, I'm gonna say he's bad. I'm not gonna just say he's doing this thing because I'm a fan. Like,
hey, it ain't just sports fans. We've seen it with fans in music right now too.
Ooh boy.
So they're not gonna let me save it until I pick a team between the Bears.
That's what I was saying. You have to pick. It's a pick and pull. But for this game, I am going to pick the Packers, and I'm gonna make that my number one confidence. Because honestly, Buffalo should win this game pretty easily.
We'll see though. I feel like everybody gonna step up this game.
If they don't,
we'll be a losing team.
I mean, they can
team.
step up and it still get waxed. So
we're a bad team. Hey, I can't argue. That's Mark. It's a valid point. I can't say anything.
I'll start this whole rant.
Way to bring that back around, Mark. You don't even know. You helped end that very tightly. So, are y'all picking Buffalo for y'all official picks?
Hell no.
I'm picking Green Bay.
Just dropping that confidence.
Fuck you mean?
Hey, I had to check. I had to ask the question. All right. Last game on the slate Monday night. We got the Bengals and the Browns. The Battle of Ohio.
Never the Browns.
Give me the Bengals.
The Bengals.
All right. Pick and pull, folks.
Yeah, like a 25-minute discussion on the previous game. This one took like 10 seconds.
Ain't much to say. Joe and them.
All right.
Hey,
I'm not saying we need to. I'm just saying like, it was just funny.
Go ahead. We would have had a longer conversation about the Bears if somebody was here, but we ain't. Yo, so that time is gone.
Can't get them jokes off.
We still gonna talk about these Lakers.
Oh yeah.
Lord.
Oh yeah. So
they
make
write
sure
their own jokes though.
if you're in the pick and pull, though, make sure that you type in how many points you think will be scored in total in the Monday Night Football game, and then save your picks.
I got 35 of them things.
35 of what thing?
Points
Between the two teams?
Mm-hmm.
So you think I'm like 35 nothing?
No, but I don't think it's gonna be like a light show like the Bengals put up this past week.
Bengals gonna give you at least 30, and I think the Browns can give you maybe 14 or so. I put 45 in, so that's like I think that's about right. All right, y'all. Off of football into basketball, the NBA season kicked off last week. First week is in the books, and now is the time for all of the hot takes. People using these small sample sizes to make big claims.
We the champs.
I do just want to say the opposite of the NFL, where I'm like, are there any good teams? Like in the
Opposite
NBA,
is
like,
true.
are there any bad teams?
Bro.
Like, everybody feels like, not everybody. Most of the league feels like they're good.
Shit, hell, Orlando
Or
hooping.
at least
The Jazz is hooping.
Orlando hooping, they ain't got no.
I was gonna say they
They
ain't
got
won,
no
though.
win.
But like they've been playing well.
They
Like,
ain't making smoke.
every team is interesting, which
Yeah.
most teams are interesting. Like I can't. The Lakers just throwing everything on. But like
they are interesting too.
the talent level across the league, like, is interesting. From night to night, there's always a good game on. There's always a team where it's like, oh man, I want to see Ja against the Nets, or
Like hell, even this Washington Detroit game.
I like Detroit.
Detroit's fun to watch.
Washington, I'm like, when I see them on League Pass, I'm like,
Like Washington is like the Michael Redd era Bucks.
ooh.
We're just like, there's not like,
So what you're saying is you pretty much have to be a fan to like want
Yeah.
to tune in to the
Yeah.
game. Yep.
where it's like they have one good player where it's like I wish you were somewhere else, like contributing to a winning team. And then the rest of it is just like, what are we doing here? What's the point?
Why the hell is Bradley Beal only got 2 shots
There we go.
in the third quarter?
There we go. Yeah, I
Hey,
guess
bro.
you had some money on that.
He do. That was one of his.
It's 30-something seconds left in the third, and this motherfucker got 2 shots.
He is 0 for 2, fam.
Over 2. How long he been in the damn game?
12 minutes. Did he get hurt?
He must have got hurt. He must have just came back because ain't no way, boy.
12 minutes in the third. He must have been hurt.
I had him over 28.
Wait.
See?
Bro,
Show that to the. I don't know if the camera can pick that up.
punch in the car.
Everybody who had Bradley Beal in
And they gave me a little discount on him. So they're like, hey, he would get over like 28 points, rebounds, and assists total. That man's got 2 shots.
I just typed in Bradley Beal in Twitter, and I'm like, that's what I just
Thank God. He seen himself in pick him today. The prize pool. He's like, nah, I'm good, bro.
Dog,
bet the under.
People are mad because he was
Bet the under.
Mm.
Damn, man.
Bradley Beal.
Bugging up the church's money.
Someone tweeted Bradley Beal talked all that ish to the AAU kids, but he's soft as baby crap.
He did tell them to.
I don't know what happened in this game. I'm
Okay,
just
it says
telling you on
Bradley
our
Beal is
Twitter.
questionable to return to tonight's game with back tightness per the Wizards. He went to the locker room late in the first quarter.
And now he's back in the game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well.
But
That
that
sucks.
actually that brings up my question. Okay, like because like I've seen you guys go back and forth about like your different picks and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all keep like a tally of like what you put in versus what you gotten back out,
They keep it for you.
They do it for you.
like across like all your things? So like you know how much you.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, just curious.
Sometimes it's like, oh, I've won.
That's a nice chunk of change. Both ways. Is it balanced?
I'm still pissed. I got some promo credits when Tim signed up. Let me throw this all in one bet. Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. I could have won $500 had Drew Holiday scored 1 more point and Pascal Siakam got 1 more rebound. That is all I needed, and I would have been.
Watching them brick.
And then Drew shot like 5. I was like
Watching them brick.
break. I'm like, no.
All layups. Oh wait, was it that series where he had like step back, then he was I think he did like tried to do a floater.
My man.
He had like 4 shots in a row.
My man's came out hot. I felt really good about my bet. Then the second half, it was the Giannis show. And
Speaking of,
When we playing again, bro? I ain't
Tomorrow.
Like damn, everybody done had at least 5 games now.
yeah, first 8 days of the season they played 3 games, I guess. Then they'll have 3 games in 4 nights.
they have 7 over the next 11.
Woo!
So,
It's gonna.
I'm here for it. They needed that break.
Eh.
all right. Anywho, though, NBA
But
season,
Giannis 44 points in 28 minutes,
technically 27. It was like 27 in some seconds.
88 plus
80.
percent shooting, 2
That's
for 3 from 3.
That's some bullshit.
Bobby Portis summed it up. I'm going to try to find his clip, but
Yeah, I won't step on it.
Bobby Portis had me cracking about like that's real. That's exactly the way he's like. That's like 2K stuff. I don't
Mhm.
know what to really tell you. I love playing with him.
Better than playing against them.
Oh, here we go.
Surprise you when he does that, or I mean, would he as another professional?
Yeah, that surprised me though. I'm not gonna lie. Like 44 on 80% shooting is like 2K. Like real talk. Like we was joking in the morning time, like joking, and we was like, "Hey, bro, Sengun got you and Boogie and foul trouble last year. This and that, boom, boom, boom."
I love the way you talk.
He was like, "I had 40 that game." Like, all right, bro. And then literally like 9 hours later, he had 40 again. Like that's crazy. Like I don't know, dude, like a creative player, 6'10", 6'11", guy that can dribble the basketball, pass, dunk. Like I don't know how many dunks he have a game, how many dunks he averages a game, but that's crazy. I like playing with him though, for real. Though. It's fun playing with him, fun being his teammate. Get you open shots. All you gotta do is knock it down and get back on defense. For real.
He like I just made $50 million off of that.
Right.
Like,
But first week of the NBA season in the books. What are y'all biggest early surprises right now? And there's a few to pick. We can go through as many as y'all want. So what's y'all early season surprises?
Utah.
Heck yeah.
I think they 3-0, right?
they
3
lost
and
last
1.
night.
That's been a surprise. Like everybody, to be fair, when that trade was made, everybody probably felt like, okay, we know this. Utah's rebuilding.
Mhm.
They traded away all of their stars. They got a bunch of young cats in. We don't even know they're gonna fit together. They need to get rid of Clarkson. They need to get rid of Conley because the vets need to go, and they just go ahead and retool everything. And these motherfuckers out here catching bodies. That's the what, literally and figuratively. Because Lauri Markkanen, good Lord, he killed with Gobert. He destroyed Gobert on that dunk. I ain't even had it in him. But Utah has been, for me, the surprise of the start of the season.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to start 3-0.
Like at first glance, I'm like, damn, Danny Ainge gotta be pissed off. Like he's trying his best, but I think he's actually probably happy because like I can flip all these dudes for first round picks, and we still gonna tank the second half of the year. So he playing with house money at this point.
I'll say Walker Kessler,
Yeah, impressive.
as advertised so far.
Yeah.
I was worried about him. Like, Bucks don't draft him. He might be good, but I don't know. That man be blocking some shots. He's a presence in the paint. I can definitely say that. And to your point about Lauri Markkanen, like
He was killing in Euro baskets.
that's
and
what I
it
was gonna
seems
say.
a
Like
continuation of that.
last season, he clicked in Cleveland, and I was like, we thought it was weird, and I was like, it's in part because he's like 6'10".
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's weird for a 6'10" small forward, but that's what he really is. Like he just happens to be a tall guy who's forward. So like you saw him cook in Eurobasket, you saw him cook with Cleveland, and now he is in Utah and he's doing this thing. And I'm like, he is young. Like maybe he just wasn't the right fit in Chicago, and he needed to be in a different situation.
I've always liked him. I've always liked Lauri. Like I think that I always thought he had talent too. Like even because I'm coming out of Marquette.
He
Wait,
did not go
no,
to Marquette.
I'm thinking of the other one. I'm mixing him up with
Steve Novak.
no, more recent.
I was like shit. Steve Novak is the most recent
some
white
white
dude to
dude.
come through
No,
Marquette.
the bigger one. Was it Henry?
Oh,
Ellison. Yeah,
Oh boy,
My bad.
that man.
didn't mean to do
Boo.
that. Didn't mean to do that. But I've always did like Markkanen. It's just kind of interesting that he's just like exploding like this. Well, we'll see how long he can sustain it. This is the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I mean, like they seem the most like small sample size. Like
Mhm.
it's only been 4 games. Like pumpy brace.
Bradley Beal's
Portland,
trying to catch
to
up, by the way.
Mark's point, like Portland looks good.
Why you want to break up the Blazers? They just got together.
Man, that's what you say when people playing too good. No, but like, did y'all see what Simons did last night?
No,
He had a Klay Thompson third quarter.
did he? I don't. Let me
Well,
go
I
check the
heard.
highlights.
I heard. I
I
didn't see
want
it
to
though.
say he hit like 7 or 8 threes in the quarter, had like 28.
Play by play. And then third
That boy
quarter.
went nuts.
Because I just want to see it show up.
Like it was like one of them performances where like NBA players were tweeting about it. Like LeBron was like, damn, and like
Yeah, because he wish he had a shooting.
So he hit his first shot at 9:48. Well, in the quarter. 9:48 in the quarter with a 2. And then
Like a
at
2,
9:03, then he hit a pull up, 21-foot pull up. And then
Three,
at
three,
7:50,
three,
he
three.
hit a 3. At 7:23, he hit a 3. Oh, step back 2. Then Grant scored. Grant hit a free throw. Then at 6:17, he hit a 3. And then Nurkic 2 free throws. And then 5:13, he hit a 3. 4:40, he hit a 3. 4:10, he hit a 3. So 30 seconds, he done racked up 9 points. Then Lillard.
I think that was it. They took him
Yeah.
out at that
Yeah,
point.
after that, he was out. But yeah, that's pretty impressive. I don't know what, 15, 16?
I don't know.
Listen.
He's going crazy.
I like how that team is constructed. Like it makes sense. And I also really love Grant over there with them. Josh Hart's the type of player that anybody can use on their team because he's gonna do whatever he need to do to make sure that y'all like
11 rebounds at the 2 guard.
that's Josh Hart. Like he gonna do whatever he has to do. That's the same thing Wes Matthews got in him, where it's like I might not shoot, but I'm gonna try to hustle and get the defensive rebound real quick. I'm gonna try
play
to
some defense.
yeah, like, I'm gonna do
I'll
everything.
be here.
I'm gonna do like the game is more than me just putting the ball in the basket. And I'm gonna do everything I can to help us win.
Oh, that's what he played for. So my jump shot in 2K is Drew Eubanks. Didn't know who
you
he
didn't even
played
know.
for. Did not. I was like, who is this? Who the fuck is this 2K?
Wait, just pure Drew Eubanks?
Mhm.
Interesting.
I just picked a shot. I'm like, I like the release on this one. I just learned it.
You
But
can't see
I
my
actually
mouth,
started.
But
I started creating a jumper the other day. Like,
Okay, I was
I
gonna
was
say, you
looking
gotta
through it. I
do
was like,
the-
oh, I can actually
Yes.
can create creative. I didn't know I
and
can
you
do
can really
that.
tweak it because
Yeah.
depending on how you blend upper releases.
Mhm.
it-
So
we didn't know that right
I'm
now,
tweaking
but
it.
That's
I'm working on
interesting. Okay. Yeah, Utah for sure. Portland has been fun to watch as well. They undefeated in the West right now as we speak.
Yeah, only them and the Bucks are undefeated at this point.
Can we talk about? I know we can talk about the Lakers for sure.
Philly?
Well, let's talk about Philly first.
Reverse jinx is in effect,
Because I mean, they won last. They beat the Pacers.
Mhm.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
but not impressive.
But they lost to the Spurs. Another surprise.
Wait,
Wow.
sorry. Yeah, for sure. Benedict Mathurin,
He for real.
that boy cold.
He for real. He for real. The Pacers got them one with
Mhm.
him. Him and Halliburton going.
Mhm.
Halliburton averaging like 9.5 assists a game.
That's another
right
thing
now.
that's been be trading off
I
some
think
bets.
he probably averaging about close to 20 a game too. I would think Halliburton. You got to be close to that.
Probably.
Yeah, Mathurin's over 20 again.
I know he's over 20. That dude been who been?
Face. Yeah, they've been. Boys,
But sorry,
they won in
back
3
to
though.
Philly. Yeah, I mean, like they're
Yeah,
not
they've
going to be a
been
good
losing,
team.
but-
I'm just saying, like they
Them
got two
two,
good
though.
players.
Yeah, Halliburton is averaging 24 and 9.8 a game. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, you gotta be.
And Mathurin is averaging 22 and 5 boards a game.
Them the two. Them the two.
Oh, and Jalen Smith, he averaging 13 and 8.8, but he had like 20 and 15 the other night. Or some
That
shit
brought the
like
average
that.
all the way up. It's a small sample size right now.
I was like, good lord, he had a
good,
game.
He had a good game. But no, Philly started 0-3. They've been getting booed. They was getting booed at home. I took some joy in that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, ha, 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 yes, love to hear it. Love to hear it. Joel Embiid in particular was getting booed by the Philly faithful. They can tell when somebody is. One thing about Philly, if you ain't giving no effort, they gonna be like, yo, you ain't playing hard enough, and we gonna boo you.
Which is why it got so bad for Ben Simmons.
Mhm.
Some players can't take that. Joel Embiid, on the other hand,
Oh, he can take it.
he's built for Philly, and he definitely responded in the fourth game they had. He definitely had himself a game there. But what do y'all make of Philly so far? Like, do y'all think that this collection, the talent's going to work? Is it that Joel Embiid's taking the back seat to James Harden? Y'all feel like because Harden's looked good
Man, Harden been
in every game so far.
to
Like
me.
he's looked good. He's been doing his thing. It's been Embiid who's been kind of like just not all the way. He's not Earling all the way yet. But he did mention he had some conditioning problems coming into the season.
He had a foot injury that he was nursing all over the summer, so
So
he
he
wasn't
wasn't-
able to work out like that, which is fair. I do think that Doc Rivers is not long for Philadelphia, which I mean, like it's probably been the case the last couple of years, but
Get him out of here.
he doesn't have any excuses anymore, and it seems like their problems are more of the coaching variety than the
talent.
talent variety, because it's tough to mesh what Harden does with what Harden wants to do with what Embiid wants to do, also maximizing Maxey
Yeah.
and Tobias Harris, and then the rest of the team is just like floor spacers. So like, or
Except for Pete.
role guys.
PG.
I mean, PJ's shit. That's all he is. He's
Yeah.
a spacer. But then like Trez Harrell and those types where like crash the boards or whatever. So like you don't have outside your top four, you don't really have anybody that can create their own shot or anything like that. So like you have to figure out what lineups you can play where you have at least two of them out there at a time.
I mean, you can stagger Maxey. I would think that he would be the easiest.
Yeah,
to
but you need
stagger.
to. He is staggering, but at the same time, like Maxey isn't doing anything when Harden is on the court for the most part. And it's like you can't just have him standing around being a spacer. Like if that's the case, then you might as well have somebody out there that can guard and do the other things that you need to do.
And Thibault ain't getting no minutes. That's what he
None
do.
at all.
Just a quick for everybody who picked Bradley Beal, he is busting his ass to try to make up for all of that. Like my man's is getting boards, he getting free throws. I'm seeing step back jumper, Bradley Beal, 22-foot pull up, Bradley Beal with an assist. He only been in for half a quarter. Bradley Beal done went from 2 shots to. He's trying to make up. He probably had himself tonight. He's now up to 10.3 rebounds and 4 assists.
He's
He's
reading
taking-
his comments.
He's taken 4 additional shots since we last discussed.
I mean, we only talked about this for like 8 minutes.
Right.
It's 8 minutes and 41 seconds left in the fourth.
And they're up by 15. So I don't know how much.
That's because of
longer-
him. They was just up by 8. like a
But the
couple
point I'm
seconds
saying,
ago.
I'm not sure how much longer you're gonna get.
the rest of the game because I'm sure he had himself tonight.
Not if they up by 50. Like if that
He
was-
shouldn't be up in the damn game in the first place. Then.
I mean, if he got back
That's what I'm
tightness,
saying. Like
they
they
not
really gonna pull him in because it's like we don't. It's no point to risk.
Hey,
further
listen, I ain't
energy.
trying to hear what y'all talking about, bro. He finna get these
He trying
buckets.
to
Go
get
ahead,
into
get your
his-
buckets,
Damn, I'm
bro.
sorry, you need to hear some logic right now, man. I ain't gonna tell you
Don't
what
get
you
your
want to
hopes up.
hear. I'm gonna tell you what you gotta hear.
Oh, he got the assist off Will Bart. See, here we go. Anyway, I'm sorry.
What you need? 28 combined.
Yes,
Combined points, rebounds, and assists.
and assists. Yeah,
So where you at?
I think he had like 18 now.
Okay.
What's this?
17 right now. That's gonna be tight.
It's gonna be tight. But he, like I said, yeah. Every time I turn around, I see something pop up. Bradley Beal. Brad, like, hey, what's up, bro?
Yeah, like the first two losses, like they played the best two teams in the East. Granted, both teams are injured, so, and Philly's at full strength. But the San Antonio loss, like that's inexcusable.
That's wild.
Like you already get, like there are already reports of like PJ like lighting into their ass in the locker room.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, after the game, after the third loss.
Yeah, like bro, they not teams are not just gonna give us wins. Like
He
Especially because y'all feel like people gonna come in, they know y'all good. They gonna come in to want to beat you regular. Like they gonna try hard to beat you every night. Like that's where y'all at now. I mean, they've been there the last 3 seasons. But I mean, if Harden,
I mean, the thing is, like, you know, if you're Philadelphia, you go into that game like, oh man, it's the Spurs. Like they tanking, they got rid of their best player last year. Like we can beat these dudes. Like you got to get up for your team too. Like it can't just be like we got more talent, so we gonna go out there and beat them. Like I think that's PJ's point. Like, that was like the mind frame that they went to that game with, and then they got beat.
That'll happen. If you think things are going to be given to you,
Mhm.
ain't nothing given. Why did I do this stupid bet?
Do we want to go to the Lakers now?
Yeah,
Well, Lakers first or the Nets?
I feel like the Nets will be a shorter conversation.
it will. It's gonna be quick. So should we knock that out?
Ben Simmons looks trash. Like and granted, he just spent like the last year and a half
That's why
not
I'm not even
playing.
worried
So
about
like
that
I
dude
think that
yet.
he'll be better, but like he's not been good so far. And Kyrie Irving as your team leader is not going to work. Like he's already saying like weird shit. And the thing is, for Kyrie, it's not even weird shit. It's just like he's so tone deaf. Like he has no self awareness.
What do you say this time?
Like you know how like at the beginning of every season, like they take the mic and play, oh, you know, thanks to the fans, blah blah blah. It's like we need y'all to show up every game. It's like, nigga, can you show up every game? And then he said something about Ben Simmons, like you cannot foul out. Yeah, like it's just like
And he
you're
fouled
not
out
really
his job.
you're not really in the position. Like you gotta earn back. Like probably for me, like I'm not in that locker room, so maybe he has like command of that locker room and they actually listen to him. But
No.
like you gotta show improve before you can just be like adapt that team leader in the media. I motivate through press
Talking to
clippings.
them,
Yeah,
The
like,
Aaron Rodgers effect.
Yeah, you can definitely call it that. For sure, call it that.
Because that's all I keep hearing him bash his teammates in public like this.
I mean,
how
tomorrow night will be the first time that I actually sit and I'm gonna watch the Nets play from beginning to end so far this season. Every other night, League Pass, when they have been playing, it's been other games where I'm like, I would just rather watch this right now.
I
Than,
did watch a lot of the Toronto Brooklyn game, just because I thought that was an interesting matchup. Toronto needs some more size, but
yeah, everybody being 6'7" ain't working right now.
Yeah.
6'8", and then Scotty Barnes, he's out still, right? I think he like he got hurt in the last game.
Okay,
I believe
yeah,
it
I didn't
was.
see that. Then.
Okay, yeah, Brooklyn. It's again. These are our early thoughts. Right now, what I'm seeing from Brooklyn doesn't surprise me, given the fact that again Ben Simmons hasn't played basketball in like a year and a half, and
Steph Curry is still out.
Steph is out. Joe
Harris
just got
came
back. Like they're still in the greatest pieces. TJ Warren still hasn't played for them yet. So we'll see. I don't think he's gonna play tomorrow either. So
TJ Warren is approaching theoretical basketball player until he come back. Like I'm not counting.
what I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing, I'm not gonna stay here too long, but Bucks, Nets. I'm really curious to see who they're gonna put on KD. Without Chris Middleton being out there, without Pat,
It's gonna be what's Becky?
but he don't start.
No.
So
I mean,
like,
I don't think Javon Carter as a starter is a permanent.
I know, but tomorrow was a
They-
game.
they might-
so
they might
I'm just
start-
talking about
They
tomorrow.
might start him tomorrow. Just
See, Bud don't like to really change his rotations. Unless he don't do it based on matchup. So like, I'm really interested just to see how they going.
because right now it's Brooke,
Uh,
Giannis, Bobby,
No,
Drew, and
Bobby don't start.
oh, you know.
It's
Brooke, Giannis.
I thought he did.
He was starting in the preseason. Brooke, Giannis, Grayson, Javon Carter,
Drew.
and Drew. So I imagine, like, if they stick with that, then it's
It's
Javon
Drew.
Carter on Kyrie and then Drew on
Mhm.
KD or Giannis.
I'll put
It'd be Drew.
I'll put Drew on Kyrie and then put Giannis on.
I like Carter chasing him around and shit like that. Like, because Kyrie moves a lot off ball too. Save
does.
Drew, use
And
his
plus,
strength.
like, they're
That
teammates,
is
so
true.
he
That is true.
played against them a lot.
That is true.
So
Plus, like, that
And
takes
Kyrie
Giannis.
ain't super tall either. That's the only thing with Javon Carter. Where I'm like, I don't like him in certain. I'm like, you only about
like he's perfect to guard Kyrie in this game. Like,
Yeah, that's
let
fair.
Drew
That's
go
fair.
ahead and bully KD.
he ain't gonna bully KD, but KD gonna shoot right on top of him.
But, like, with them starting Simmons and Claxton, like, you definitely want Giannis as the roamer.
So they can probably put him on Ben Simmons,
Oh yeah, because then he can just.
and then Brooke can
free
be on
safety.
Claxton. Yeah.
Mm.
Shout out to Brooke Lopez. I know we're talking about the Lakers and them sucking, but shout out to Brooke Lopez
Speaking,
being a defensive anchor for the Bucks right now.
He looks good right now too. Like,
also, like, the Rockies just kept running right into him. So, like,
but even the games before that, like he looks
No,
healthy.
no,
he
no.
looks good. He's
no,
running the floor.
He shut Embiid ass down. Like, that might be partially because Embiid was in his own head at one point, but
He was bullying the shit out of him.
Quick aside, the mayor just texted me. He said I ordered a slice of cheesecake through DoorDash, and the dasher dropped off somebody's whole effing dinner. It's a whole family dinner. I said, "What we eating tonight then?"
Can I have some? Like,
but did he get his cheesecake?
No, he got a whole.
oh damn, he got the dinner instead.
Right.
He
that's
got,
like-
he got a whole family's order.
He got some steak Diane in there.
The fuck is that right? What we eating then?
If he say some steak pieces, I need a
you need that meat?
We know where we
I
live
need
at.
a piece.
We'll see what's on the menu. I'll see what y'all doing. But yeah, shout out to Brooke Lopez. There's still a subset of Bucks fans who don't get why Brooke Lopez is valuable. I don't know what more to tell you after last season and how the season has started.
They're just not watching.
No, they be watching. I just don't know what they be seeing. I don't know what their eyes be doing. All right, the Lakers. Boom, check, right. Last week we came here and I said, question, who are the shooters on this team? And I think somebody said Austin Reeves because he's white.
I said Austin Reeves.
Okay,
I
yeah.
didn't say because he's white. I just said
That's why.
Austin
We know, you know what I'm saying. We know why you came to mind.
He looked like a shooter.
He can't shoot though.
Reeves.
LeBron and AD looked like they didn't know how to react. Like their bodies just glitched out when they saw Russ take a 2-for-1. They literally had their hands out like, what? All right, and they started backing back up. Like they didn't even get
To
half
be
court
fair,
yet.
it was a wide open mid range
For
jumper.
a reason.
Exactly. Like just because it's open, I mean you should take it. They have
It was
left
30 seconds left on the clock.
That-
He figured, I'm gonna take this wide open midi that's closer than the three. It's better than the three. I'm inside the arc.
It's worse than a three. At least if he on the off chance he hits the three, like that's the extra point. Like
They were up 1-2.
I think the issue there was he didn't even wait for Brian AD to get up the
They
court.
were still
They were on the other side of half court.
They did not expect him to do that. Like they thought that he was gonna milk the clock out, and then because they were up, so it's kind of like
My man said, "Oh, we see the hole. I got one."
to Coach Ham's point. He's like, okay, the logic, all right, sure, but like then drive, like
Mhm.
do what you're actually
Finish.
best at. Yeah, like actually put pressure on the rim and try. Because even if you get hit up there, you got enough vision to kick out. So like,
Or enough explosiveness to at least have the ball ricochet high enough for LeBron and AD to get back on offense.
but I do want to say because everybody was on Westbrook, and I get why. Like,
Step back three from
I
Bradley
feel
Beal.
bad for
but
them.
Patrick Beverly also shot an ill-advised 3 during that game at the end when they was folding, and I was sitting here like
Yeah.
that was a bad shot. LeBron took a 3. I'm like, you need to take that one right now, Bron. Bron out here like he just trying to get that record,
Mhm.
and he and you can tell.
Like Brian is checked the fuck out.
Bron is out here just he going through the motions. He's trying. He's
And
trying.
that's the thing, because like you were saying about like Embiid, like you thought Embiid was playing well because
did.
like his numbers are there. Like great players, they're gonna get their numbers regardless. Like regardless of how much effort they put in, regardless of like how mentally they're into the game, like they're gonna get their numbers regardless. And that's where LeBron is at this point. Like he's gonna get his 27, 7, and 7.
Like that's the wildest shit. Like he gonna get 27-7.
Right.
We just
It's
know
like-
that. Like, that's a given. Like, word? You just gonna give up a quarter? Okay. We only average 101 points. He's gonna get his 27-7.
No steak, Diane. Sorry.
Damn.
It was 2 orders of buffalo blast, some broccoli, mashed potatoes, and a slice of chocolate cake.
So then you're just gonna swing.
No, he wanted cheesecake.
So you're gonna swing by the Cheesecake Factory on your way home, pick up the cheesecake, and then y'all got dinner.
He said they were redelivering his cheesecake.
And he gets to keep the food.
Yep, I said.
Yeah,
oh,
they ain't gonna take that food back.
I'm definitely gonna come home and eat some buffalo blast when I. They good.
What is
See,
this?
that was gonna be my question. It's
It's like a. It's
I've never
kind
had
of like a
any good
samosa, but
food.
it's stuffed with buffalo chicken and like cheese. It's just
Is that your recommendation? Because like I've never found like a dish like cheesecake is a fire,
Mhm.
but I've never found an actual dish at Cheesecake Factory where I'm like, this is good and I want to have it.
Steak Diane and the taquitos.
Oh
I've
my-
had
I don't
steak
care for the
Diane,
steak
I don't
Diane.
care for it.
I normally get like the orange chicken. That's what I
Oh, and the
normally go
orange
for.
chicken too.
The salmon is decent.
Never had it.
Their brunch on the weekends is pretty good. They have a what's that sandwich?
Monte
with
Cristo.
The Monte
Oh my
Cristo
god, that
sandwich
is
good.
that motherfucker. There is the.
And of course the cheesecakes are good. Some of the appetizers are really good, but a lot of the entrees they just got
No,
so they be missing.
That Monte Cristo, and then you put it in with the preserve.
To bring it back, they entrees are like Russell Westbrook. Like it's a lot of shots. Not many of them going in
Probably better in a day. The quality has gone down over time, but
across the board. That's unfortunately the case.
Yeah.
But back to the Lakers. Like honestly, at this point, I feel bad for us because you can
I
tell
do
he
too.
is not happy,
no, and he's trying.
and he is trying, and he's not in a role that suits him at all.
Nope,
And he gets blamed for everything when
Yep.
it's not just him.
it's not.
Like even if you take Russ off this team, like the rest of the team is not built for a team that's led by Anthony Davis and LeBron James.
No, because Anthony Davis, you want to talk about someone who shouldn't be shooting? That man shot at the broke too. It's just that
Honestly,
he does
he's
so
worked-
many. He
right.
just does other things to add to the game, but like, ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. Like there's no easy fix, which is why like everybody's like, just do the Buddy Hield trade. It's like that's not gonna fix.
They're not gonna
anything.
win.
Like,
They're not
that's-
gonna win no playoff series with that switch.
So I don't even know if they're making the playoffs with that switch. Like I don't. First of all, Miles Turner does not stay healthy.
Nope.
Buddy Hield doesn't play defense. So like you're getting shooters. In Miles Turner's case, theoretical. But it's not fixing your team, so it's not worth like just ride it out with Westbrook. If you have to send him home, just send him home. But like, I don't think that you need to give up those 2 picks, which are your only 2 assets that you can give up to improve your team.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, I get it, you don't want to waste a year of LeBron, but that year is going to get wasted either way. Like there's no, unless Kyrie becomes available, and even then, like you're banking on Kyrie. Like I don't think that there's enough talent. Like there's enough talent available that you can get with those 2 picks that are going to change the fortunes of that team.
I agree with that. That's why I'm like,
Unless
you're
willing to put AD on the table, then you open up some avenues.
Did I not mention? I asked Ken. I said, "You cool with trading AD?"
I think
I
he
think
said
so,
yeah.
Like, AD
Dudes
would
like
be
it.
on the like. That's how you're going to fix the Lakers. You have to trade AD. That is your most valuable piece.
Are you going to talk about the draft pick?
No.
Oh,
But you got something.
I just think it's interesting because there's some Lakers fans like, well, I guess if we lose, we can get Victor Wembanyama. It's like,
Nope.
no, the Pelicans got y'all picked.
Mhm.
So there's no positive to y'all just losing this season.
And Grant, I haven't thought this all the way through, and it's early, and they just got together, so they might not want to break it up. But I feel like AD for Cat will fix both teams' primary problems.
Talk more about that. That's
Like because Cat can't guard 4s. I think is
No.
what we're learning.
and AD likes to play the 4.
And AD likes to play the 4, and like basically you set up the Bucks defense with Minnesota, where you have Gobert as your drop anchor, and then you have Anthony Davis roaming the weak side.
Anthony Davis did, or not Anthony Davis. Anthony Edwards mentioned that at the beginning. He's like, I play better in the small ball lineup, which was interesting to me to hear him say that because he was just kind of like the space. It's just
This big shit ain't work.
There's too many big motherfuckers around here for me.
and then he's like, I'm gonna figure it out. But like, yeah, it's easier when it's a smaller lineup.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's little in here. No, you big in here.
And I mean, like AD, LeBron, like at least you have a space, like you have somebody that can shoot in that lineup, and then that takes the pressure off of all the rest of the non-shooters that you have because you at least have one. Because like right now, shout out to Nakai Duncan from the Dunkers podcast.
Shout
But he
out.
said if LeBron James is the best shooter in your lineup, that lineup is garbage. Like,
Y'all failed to build the right team around LeBron James. If that is y'all's current situation.
That is the current situation.
Because LeBron, like,
You know you need shooters around LeBron.
and also like LeBron's an all right. Like he ain't no like,
LeBron's average
yeah.
at shooting,
Let me actually look up his.
to be clear.
Which is wild because he
Oh.
didn't shoot it like that before, and then he became a shooter. And
Yeah.
then he's like now
he's
he's like
improved.
he would knock that bit down.
He's definitely improved.
But he's an average 3-point shooter. Like, and which is all that he has ever needed for his game. Like, it unlocks so much of the rest of the things that he does. But again, like to quote him, he's not a laser, and the rest of the team definitely aren't. So, like, I feel like
his attempts have gone up for 3 points.
He
again.
almost doing like 9 a game, bro.
He is doing 9 right now.
Woo!
currently.
Last year I think he was 8.
Last season it was 8. Look at your Tim stats actually.
No, dude, he been pulling like when I used to be a LeBron fan. Like early in his career, he probably did like 2, maybe 3 a game.
Dude, you want to tap in here?
He's a 35% career 3-point shooter.
Which
That's
is exactly
wild.
where I expected.
He like that's actually
And this season so far, he's 26%.
Shit, is that the best on the team? He got to be damn near.
Woo! Wait, last year he was 36 for the year before 35. Oh yeah, we know his
He's
range.
about
We
35,
know his range.
36% 3-point shooter, which again is fine for
That's
him.
hilarious.
That's all he needs.
But
Until you have a
doesn't-
team where he's the best 3-point shooter in your lineup.
Dang, you can do over under on turnovers? Sorry, I was looking at the late game. I'm
oh
like,
shit. What they got for us? 9?
Russ ain't playing tonight. It's Golden State and Phoenix. So let
Speaking
me,
of which, like Russ is questionable or doubtful, I think, with a hamstring injury, which is also funny. But like, I wonder if this is the beginning of the beginning of send him home.
Over
I
under
think so.
2.5 3-pointers made.
For who?
Clay or Devin Booker.
I feel like that's a trap.
They're all a trap. That's the whole point.
Because it feels like an easy over, and then it's like, what do y'all know that I don't
They
know?
both got to put
I'll
up
put it like this.
make 3.
Which one of them do you think is more likely to make 3 threes tonight?
Booker.
Book or Thompson? Really?
Mhm.
I don't know. Booker living.
He's been averaging like 33 a game. Like
because he live in the mid range.
yeah, but I feel like he's been hitting like 4 threes.
He had 5 last game, 3 the one before, and 1 before that.
About 4.
So that's the average of 3.
And Clay's right at that same average of 3 right now. Ooh, okay. I'm just
Because it seems like easy is like, yeah, both of them are 3-point shooters, but it's like it got to be opportunities and what am I looking up? Lakers 3-pointers.
yes, the team leader in 3-point percentage. I'm actually curious to know about that.
Well, Kyle Kuzma fulfilled his half of it. Bills, I think, is only like 6 points off now, though. He got 13, 5, and 6.
How much time is left in that game?
254. They up.
Not yet.
They up 22. And they leaving him in. He has 13, 5, and 6.
I don't think you're gonna get it, bro.
So Max Christie is 1 of 1. Matt
he don't
Ryan is 40%.
He actually can shoot, if I remember correctly.
They've been trying to get him shots.
Oh,
Austin Reeves is the 3rd best.
That's why I
3-point
did it. The taco. Go ahead.
Austin Reeves is the 3rd best 3-point shooter on the Lakers.
That's
Where
terrible.
is he?
Oh, where would you set the over under for his 3-point percentage?
If LeBron is at 26 and he ain't top 3, I'm gonna say about 32.
I'll give him 30.
28.6.
God. Wait, he's number 3?
LeBron is 4th.
Yikes!
Who's number 1?
Max Christie, he's made 1 3-point shot.
So he's 1,000.
Yeah, he's 1 for 1.
That's terrible.
What's Anthony Davis shooting? Just out of curiosity. From 3.
Ooh, Anthony Davis, 20%
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then
on 3 attempts a game.
And then Westbrook's what? 6?
8.
Let's move on. I'm not trying to pile on that man, but
Damn, JTA is 12. Lonnie Walker, 17.6.
mm,
Pat Beverly, 21. So,
that
like,
man, he be pulling.
yeah, 4 a game. Well, actually, damn near 5 a game.
Okay, let's move on. We've been here for a while. We got a couple things to talk about still. We're going to get through the rest quick. Shout out to Chris Paul, who became the 3rd player in NBA history to reach 11,000 assists. Tim, do you know the other 2 players who have reached that threshold?
Ooh, I know.
I'm gonna give J Kid 1.
Yep.
And Stockton.
Easy
Like Stockton
money.
got like 15K, bro. Ain't nobody.
I don't think nobody catch him. Nobody catch. And his assists were harder to count back then than they are now.
Yeah, that's always, I was like, bro, really? Did y'all?
But allegedly,
some of
like
these numbers?
the scorekeeper and Jazz kind of like fuck.
Even if they did, it's still easier to get an assist now than it was then. You can throw the ball to someone, they can it's like assist. I'm like, he married out in the corner, got a layup. But okay, cool, assist, sure. Chris Paul also became the first player in the league with 20,000 points and 11,000 assists.
Shout out to the point guard.
Point God.
Starting to show his age too.
Yes, he is, which is why me and Tim had a debate
We
earlier.
had a nice conversation earlier.
I'm gonna talk to you off the air because I might in the second bet go the other way.
I can't change mine.
Celtics Robert Williams will miss the first half of the season
God
officially after undergoing a pellet-rich plasma injection on his left knee to continue to promote healing and recovery.
I don't like the sound of anything in that.
Me either.
That sounds like some experimental. We've seen this. It's done in the past, but it ain't did it in years before certain athletes. So let's try it out.
Shout out to Jason Tatum. No, that man been hooping.
Yeah,
Him and Brown.
Yeah, looking like MVP candidate for real, for real.
Ja.
Oh my God, Ja. He just unreal.
He's the first week MVP for me. Like,
oh, we should do it every week. We should have an MVP for the past week.
we can try it.
okay.
That'd be kind of fun. Okay. Yeah, Ja definitely. Also, Dame been hooping too.
Mhm.
Dame came
41
back.
back-to-back games.
Yeah, Dame was hooping too. And shout out John Wall. Not on the MVP category levels, but like
He looks
He looks good.
Mhm.
He looks
He
good.
looks good. He looks like what the Clippers need.
Mhm.
So that's really important. So
He
shout
got some
out
of
to
that
him, too.
burst back too.
He's still he's not as fast as he used to be, but
Still faster. than
his
most.
fast is still faster than most. That's like you.
That's how.
Mhm.
That's how I always feel.
Where it's like
I'm not as fast as I used to be, but I'm
faster than
I'm
you
faster
right
than
now.
everybody still in this room.
Still fast enough.
Yeah.
One of these days, I want to just see. I want a foot race. I just want to know how far behind I'm gonna be.
It's different when you out there and you got to race against.
Now, I know that's what I said. I just want to see how. I already said I want to see how far behind I would be.
I've already gone down the road. I don't need
He had flip flops on too, and halfway through was his feet. So like
just feet smacking.
Tim with shoes is a whole different beast.
I still want to try to me and Spike you and sneakers.
Oh, I would love to do
Grass.
that.
You turned it down.
No, I can.
Like now he's saying like he in shape now.
No, I'm not. Like
Really?
we just had a kickball tournament on Saturday.
Oh yeah, I saw the after effects.
6 games. We were 1 point away from winning the damn championship.
I heard.
One. Oh my God! But we was, man,
First of all, 6 kickball games in one day is a lot.
and they're all 45 minutes.
And y'all be wearing like
Cleats
all I
all
know
day.
is when my husband walked back in that house from that tournament,
Toes up.
he just like my legs. They dead. I don't know what they dead. I said, you want me to get the what's the therapy gun thing the athletes be using? He said that ain't gonna work tonight.
Yeah, that shit, bro. The next day, I ended up getting my ass up and going back out the house like 2 hours later.
Cause you
Can't-
were running, you would try.
No, I made an obligation and I said, I'm gonna make
You
it.
gonna see it through?
Yeah, I'm gonna see
I
it.
said I was
Got
gonna
to
be
see
there,
it
so I'm
through,
gonna be
my boy.
there. I feel
So
it.
I was there, but yeah, next day, no, I couldn't, no.
And here I am, like on Kurt Angle, and can't turn my neck just from working
Yeah, it was
at a desk in my house.
every inch, just like everything hurts, but it also is, at the same time, it's like, oh,
This is a good
it's
workout.
like yeah, like it hurts. This is a good hurt. It hurts so good.
So on some unfortunate news, a Moscow court rejected Brittany Griner's appeal of her 9-year sentence on the drug charges. This came through today at the report, which, according to everything I read, was anticipated result in this trial. So U.S. officials have come out and said they believe that Russia will eventually send her home in a prisoner swap, but they've been frustrated because they feel as if Russia has failed to respond to some significant offers from the U.S., and other officers have said that they believe that Russia will not actually seriously engage in any true negotiation until after the midterm elections because they do not want to give the Biden administration any political victories.
So
Politics sucks.
it's just games.
Politics, that's what it is.
Yeah, she's definitely a pawn right now.
Yep, and that sucks. That sucks.
Which is kind of like why at the beginning they were like, "Don't blow it up," because we don't want them to know like how important she is,
Right.
and which again sucks because like you want
you
to
want to support, so
right.
she knows like ain't nobody forgot about her, but like It's tough, and she just had her birthday last week, and it's like it's tough. We haven't forgotten about BG, and we won't. And as we continue hearing news about her case, you can expect to hear about it on Tech File. Thoughts and prayers for sure up to her. And man, I can't wait for the election to be over for more than one reason at this point, because she need to get home.
And also take into consideration the fact that if Russia wants to hurt Biden by, like not sending her home, then that tells you which side of the coin you probably want to be on. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
Which side are you supporting? The side that's got Russia on their side, or the side that's like that Russia's like, hey, fuck that, we want to get this nigga out of here. Like,
y'all do with that information as you please.
Yeah. Read between the lines.
That's something right there. It's always hard to segue about something like that, but
so the
Bradley
Russia
Bill didn't make it.
Oh damn.
He tried.
I knew I felt the time was a little too thin.
But he ended up 23.
Before you place those, wait till we almost done, because we got to talk.
We can talk about it when
Just wait till we almost done. We almost off here. I feel like a better segue right here is the fact that the Men's World Cup starts in less than a month. It starts in November 20th, and it's going to be in Qatar. Weren't you in Qatar? I thought so. This is going to be the first tournament to not be held in May, June, or July. And now
thank God they can't.
No, they can't. They'll die of heat stroke.
It's too hot. Too damn hot.
It's still gonna be hot.
I was there in the winter, and it was too damn hot.
That's what I'm saying.
I was there in the winter, and it was still 90 to 100 damn degrees. I'm like, bro, this is wild. This is wild.
Because FIFA is one of the most corrupt sporting entities. Probably the most corrupt sporting entity in the world.
Because it was funny, because I saw it and I was like, the World Cup normally has happened already. So I just want to know, does the USA have an actual shot this year? Is the men's team?
It's a long shot.
I was gonna say as much of a shot as they usually have.
It's a better team than they've had in the past.
Who was the football? Oh, maybe football isn't the best equivalent right now of who the
Christian Pulisic is our star, our superstar. He plays for Chelsea, which is one of the.
Is he a young superstar?
He's like 25.
Okay,
yeah, so youngish.
Okay, so he's like Ja.
Yeah.
He ain't Ja.
No, like Pulisic is cold. He surpassed that.
Oh, he's past Ja.
Like he would be considered
like Giannis,
because of the fact that it's an American starting on Chelsea, which is one of the top clubs in Europe, and they're winning, and he's their star striker. He's there.
More
he's
like,
up there.
Is he more like Giannis?
Kind of like how no.
Past Giannis?
No.
Giannis is like Messi, Ronaldo,
right?
Okay, Mbappe.
Okay.
Like,
over in Europe.
Give me throw out the NBA equivalent then.
So if we're looking at foreign players over here in the United States, and that's cold, you would think of like the Jokic.
I just need
the.
Wait. Let me, because y'all, I see where y'all are.
The disconnect.
Yeah,
I just need the NBA count.
Okay, so like what she's asking is like give her NBA count, like as far as like where he is in the pecking order of like great players. Like, is he like an all-star level player? Is he a superstar level player? Is he like
he's
a young up and coming?
No,
like,
he's a superstar for sure.
Okay, so like the NBA equivalent, like is he like he's not Giannis, because Giannis is
that's
so is he like Jason Tatum? Is he more
Luka? He's more along that bracket line. So like the Tatums, the Youngs,
I feel like Ja's in there with him too.
Ja will be in there, I guess.
That's what I said.
I didn't look at it like that.
Come on,
bro. Because I feel like he's older.
But it's just talent. It's just talent, not actual age to age count.
But yeah, no, Pulisic is a star, and we got some younger players that are really good up and coming players too. I think his name Julian Green, one of them. But we got a couple players that I feel like if we make it far, I wouldn't be as shocked as I would have in the past, the past couple of years.
Like, if they make it out of group stage, is that successful, or is that like that's what I expected?
Yes, that's successful.
So successful is just getting out of group.
Okay.
If you can get out of group stage, everything else from there is money. Like everything else is house
money. Okay.
Because like they're
but
good,
if they don't make it out,
but they're not like.
Okay, then let me flip it around. If they don't make it out of group stage, will that be a disappointment, or be like,
they'll get tore the fuck off? Like, I put it like this team should be good enough to get out the group stage.
Okay. That's what I just want to know.
They should be good enough to get out the group stage, but you know how Americans get down.
As we continue getting closer to the World Cup,
I'll have more info.
Keep us up to date.
Maybe I'll get my cousin on and see if we can talk something.
The World Series is set. You got the Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies. Game 1 is Friday night. Who y'all got? Astros' 4th World Series in 6 years.
The Astros, but Phillies got Bryce Harper.
I'm cheering for I'm cheering for the Phillies just because they're the underdog from everything I can understand.
I don't want nothing good for the city of Philadelphia. Okay, let me replay.
I don't want some hate.
Wait. Let me take that back. because like I don't have anything against the actual city. I don't want anything good in Philadelphia sports because they fans are terrible.
So you're going Astros.
Someone Astros.
I'm going Philly.
Plus, like half of Milwaukee live in Houston now. So
Yeah.
Just I'm going with the underdog.
it's Milwaukee South.
And then Phoenix is what? Milwaukee West.
But I'm going with
Yeah,
the
Atlanta's
Astros, bro.
Milwaukee East.
So, like, they got the hitters, they got the starting pitchers, they got the rotation, they got the bullpen. Like, regardless of them banging on the trash can that year that they won the World Series, and not like
of the year.
they cold.
Which,
Like
I mean,
they
And they
just
don't have that
it's
many
baseball.
guys from that
Altuve.
team. I think they only got like 5 guys.
Altuve's still there, Springer's still there.
It's about
Springer
5.
ain't there no more.
It's about. I read it
Springer in
earlier.
Toronto.
Is he in Toronto?
They got about 5 guys that have left over from the cheating days. So it's almost a new roster.
Bregman, I think, is still there too.
You,
but
yeah, you.
I only
you
knew
saying-
like 3 people.
You need
Gotcha.
that dude here to say any games to. I don't know what you're talking about, boss.
Yankees ruined my baseball dream. I wanted New York versus Philly.
I mean, you
Okay.
Hey,
you
listen.
really have faith in the Yankees being the Astros?
So the Yankees have been to how many straight ALCSs?
And the Astros keep putting them
I
out.
don't know, but they ain't getting past Houston.
I do know that.
As
Astros
of before
keep
it even
putting them
started, I
out.
was like, I got Houston, bro.
Yeah.
Because Houston just they're just
So
they're
like
that
I
team.
saw and granted I think it was Iasola from like ESPN, but he was saying like he didn't like the new baseball format because like the best teams from the regular season got put out in like 3 games.
That's a them
We
problem.
better than.
Right, but he's saying like it dilutes like the regular season doesn't matter because you can just have 1 weekend and then you're out.
That's how.
I
That's
felt that way about the play-in. Like,
Yeah, but
It's
the play-in was for like teams that didn't win their division. Like you have like how many games did the Dodgers win this year? Like
Oh,
100
Dodgers
and
are the best
something
team in
or whatever?
baseball.
Then they should have won the series.
They
if
should
were that
have
good.
had no issue.
Yeah, like I don't understand.
Baseball
that logic.
usually works out that way.
No, I mean I don't disagree, but I'm just saying like that was an argument. So like because of like this is the first year that they've gone.
Yeah,
through
this is the expanded playoff year
Okay.
now, like the 12-team joint.
Mhm.
But like, it's just
It's because like historically, like baseball has been like you really got to be a good team to make the playoffs. Whereas like now the extended feels like maybe you got some teams that ain't that really.
So, I mean,
great.
Philly kind of sneaked
Got
in
hot.
there at the end, so
yeah, they did because the Brewers
I
decided to
was
blow
gonna
it,
say, right.
that's their fault.
which is a you problem. Like, yeah,
Like, that's why I don't
win
have
your
to- yeah,
damn games.
Win it. Win.
Philly beat y'all. So what? Say la vie,
Tough
bro.
cookies.
Like
Which is-
Padres was good, but the Padres wasn't a bad team either.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they lost to somebody who like it wasn't like they lost to the Phillies
I saw at the end there that the Padres did not play Hater, and it's like, what was the point?
because he sucked when they traded. Pretty much,
He
it was
played-
a damn near straight swap with them too. Hater didn't come on to like the last couple games of the season for the Padres, but for the most part, as bad as the guy was that we got, Hater was just as bad. They were complaining. Like they were complaining as much as we
No,
was about that
I'm
damn
not even,
trade.
my point is, you went out to get your ace. When you got him, he wasn't playing that great. Apparently, he started playing better towards the end of the season. So if he's on a trajectory showing that he's playing better, why wouldn't you use the guy that you just traded Reese Rizzo to get?
They probably didn't trust him.
It's just simple.
But I mean, like, were they in a position for him to come in and close games anyway?
That's true too. That I don't know. Now, that portion I don't know.
It's just yuck. All right, last piece. We get out of here. This spring's NCAA tournament will be the last for legendary announcer Jim Nance. The 63-year-old told the New York Post on Monday that he is going to be out after this year. He will be replaced by Ian Eagle. Nance has been the voice of the tournament since '91. It's like the only voice I associate with the tournament and the play-by-play. But yeah, best of luck for him going forward.
I feel like his heart's never really in basketball anyway. Football guy.
Could be. This it's just the voice itself
you
where
can
it's
hear
like, yeah. But yeah, that's the show this week, y'all. We hope y'all enjoy. As a reminder, again, make sure that you like and subscribe on the YouTube. With you in the comments, we appreciate you for stopping through, being part of the show.
Thank you
And,
for being listening.
Hey, if y'all still listening on Apple Podcasts, too, drop a new review. I was just on there the other day. Actually this morning looking at our reviews.
Bro, Apple Podcast ain't
It's
on my
dead.
phone no more.
It's dead. Apple killed it.
Yeah, because I was a friend of mine was asking a question about podcasts. I'm like, how you find? I'm like, bro, it's a whole app. And I pressed it. I was like,
Why you
our
giving
show
that
was
bad
there.
one?
Mm.
Well, that's the one he wanted. He said, "Where's Apple Podcasts?"
Well,
So I just showed him where it was at.
he didn't know. No
He thought
better.
it was. He
But
said
no.
something else.
We getting out of here. If y'all want to follow me personally on social media, you can catch me
Wait a minute.
on Twitter, Instagram, these 2K streets, and Apple Music at Camille Monet, CAMILLEMONAE.
At your 2021, it's going to be 2023 Milwaukee Bucks burner on Twitter. NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks burner on Twitter.
That's all you get.
That is all you get.
Shit. K Harris 216 is a 316.
It's
216.
His birthday.
Yeah, K Harris 216 on the Twitter, and then there's the Everyday Gentleman.
Everyday
on-
underscore.
Everyday underscore Gentleman. On the Instagram and Snapchat. I don't even be on.
Apparently, I thought I deleted the whole Snapchat app and I deleted my account, but I did not. So if you have sent me anything on Snapchat over the last 2.5 years, haven't gotten it. Sorry, don't have the app. Won't get the app. Didn't know I still had an account on there.
It's still booming. I was like, I didn't know that Snapchat was still a thing like that. Like, no, it's still shaking. I did too. But no, Snapchat's still shaking. I was like, oh.
Sorry. They say Roman Reigns knows the tribal chief, but Rikishi knows the tribal chief.
Yo, outro town. Let's get out of here.
And it's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. We out though. Dilly dilly.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Kool-Aid Man really be just busting through people.